disappointed in every one of you.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend you.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I kiss you on the mouth.
No, I'm not cool with that. I'm sorry.
One more time.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I mean, I'm dealing with degenerate animals.
I'm disappointed in every one of you. Disappointed in every one of you.
All right, come on.
Honestly, I can't do it, man.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
Let me tell you why.
It's gonna be all right, Nicky. Go ahead, shoot.
You just killed a little fucking man.
What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, because you got nothing. You don't got a thing. Yeah, because you got nothing. Lobito! Got nothing.
I want to get out. I want to get out of this rat hole. I want to get online. I need
BDA Boxing.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to BDA Boxing Podcast, broadcasting to you live from the true north. This is friends to BDA, and alongside with me, as always, my co-host, the one, the only King, Bucho. King, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. Now, listen, guys, thank you for joining us. We're going to be doing a special show tonight, this evening. I always say tonight. Get the hankering for a late night show. But we're going to be doing a special show where we talk about who's going to be staying and who's going to be going within 2 years in the boxing world. So we're going to get to that, see what happens with that. Before we get down to the fun, let's get the business out of the way. You guys know what it is. Shout out to Peyton Seva, Blue Collar Sports TV. Shout out to Blue Collar. Subash Kunwar, Shepherd of Sons, Apology Man, Triple JJJ, Overhand, Johnny Boy, B-Space, BOKS, and many more to come, I am sure. Thank you guys for joining us. We got some of the Gabriel as well, Mike P, Endgame. So thank you guys for joining us. Not supposed to do on the microphone. By the way, I need somebody else to join the Discord right now because I'm trying something new out with the visuals here. So I need to resize the thing there on top. We're going to be taking phone calls as well. Don't forget to send us your shekels our way if you can. It always helps the cause with all the extra monitors and the phone calls, the blog talk. That costs money, so don't be afraid to send your shekels. But if you can't, then we always appreciate your support. That's the main thing. Spreading the BDA gospel. Hit that like button, subscribing, and check out BDA Live, where we have our film analysis over there. You should be checking that out if you haven't already. So thank you guys again for joining us. Like I said, we are going to be talking about which fighters are going to be staying and going within the next 2 years. And when I say staying and going, Bucho, I think I should clarify what I mean by that is not necessarily going as in, oh, they're going to retire. What I'm saying is who is going to be taking steps backward and who is going to retain their position or even better it. You know what I mean? And I want to get to that. But first, I want to get to something. I know, Butcher, you didn't really want to get into this, but I feel like I have to talk about it. Ryan Garcia. Hold on a second. All right, there we go. I know it's the 21st century and it's all about the social media, Facebook promotions and all that. But this guy just won't stop talking. He just won't stop talking. Check this out. Ryan Garcia gets into a Twitter beefs, plural. What? Hold on a second. Johnny Boy says, he jumped out of the tree and came at me with a chainsaw. I got the right to defend myself, Tony. We're talking about the lawn wars. The lawn wars. Thank you, Johnny Boy, for your contribution. Always appreciated. Tell BDA to read that LMFO. Yeah, thank you, Johnny Boy. Thanks, man. Don't forget, if you want to join us right now, the Discord, send us a request. We'll put you on the panel right now. I want some people here to discuss this, the tonight's topic. But before we do that, again, Ryan Garcia gets into Twitter beefs with Henry Cejudo and Abner Maris. Now, I know it's publicity, and we live in the days of there's no such thing as bad publicity, but he doesn't look good, man. I mean, he's not gonna make guys root for him. Long story short, because I don't want to spend too much time on this. Cejudo, who is the bantamweight champion, lightweight champion over at the UFC. Oh, well, here it is. Yeah, bantamweight. And fucking Ryan Garcia is the one that started all of this because Cejudo won his fight last Saturday. And Garcia comes out and says, you think at Henry Cejudo would give me a good fight in the boxing ring? Like, he tagged the guy, Bucho, in his Twitter. So he knows the message is going to get at him. So then Cejudo comes back and he says, get the hell out of here, you Oscar De La Hoya wannabe. I'd make you bend the knee in your own sport. First of all, I don't know what he's trying to get at there with bend. I'll put you on your knees. I mean, that's going to... Oh. Another super chat coming through. And this time it is from Pink Panther. Wow, now that is a sizable contribution right there from the Pink Panther. Shout out to the Pink Panther. Come on, tell me you left a message, Pink Panther. No message. I gotta tell you, I'd rather you leave a message than give us money. That's for sure. But like, listen, thank you for your contribution, Pink Panther. Always appreciated. And yeah, we're gonna. What's that?
A loyal listener. I should
say. Loyal listener, absolutely. That's there's.
Hey, but yeah.
Was it
making boxing great again? I was gonna say.
You were gonna say.
But Ryan Garcia thing. No, sorry, Cejudo. What's his name?
Yeah, Henry Cejudo.
Yeah, he's he says in your own sport, meaning he wants to get into a boxing ring and get a payday because the money's in in the sport of boxing.
Right, exactly.
Right? So that's what he wants. It's
besides, I don't think he wants to grapple with Ryan Garcia.
He would kick his ass, right? But he wants a payday.
He doesn't want to grapple with Ryan Garcia, if you know what I mean.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Could you imagine Ryan Garcia with those fucking tight shorts of his? I mean, he's gonna give up as soon as he comes. So I think Cejudo knows it's not worth it. It's not worth getting to a grappling match, MMA match with Ryan the King Garcia. But nevertheless, look, listen, I know maybe Ryan Garcia is not serious about calling Cejudo out, whatever, but I dislike this type of new attitude of calling out MMA fighters. But that's the problem. We got a whole bunch of followers. That's what people are in the boxing community and at MMA. In MMA, when Conor McGregor came out, he was one of the first guys that talked a lot. Because Chael Sonnen was the guy before that, but he didn't really live up to the hype because the way he ended up losing to Silva in the rematch. Conor McGregor, on the other hand, he was winning, so he really lit the world up. So then you had all these other fighters going, well, you know what, maybe if I start acting, there's a compilation out there on YouTube. Write something along the lines of Conor McGregor wannabes or something like that, and you'll see all these UFC guys that tried playing up the bad guy angle like McGregor, and it was just cringe, man. Absolute freaking cringe. Just like saying freak is cringe. But, okay, so let's just go through this real quick with the Ryan Garcia thing. So, he said, Cejudo replied by saying, I'd make you bend the knee in your own sport. So then Garcia said, don't end up like Conor now. Ooh, don't end up like Conor. And then he says, my guy Henry is 5 feet 4 inches tall. You enter the ring with me, you'll end up retiring for good. Just enjoy your championships in MMA. So now he's height shaming Henry Cejudo, which is like fat shaming a woman. So Henry Cejudo came back and says, I crack you so hard I'll make you forget your own purse. Oh, now he's talking about purses and insulting Ryan Garcia's masculinity. Then Abner Myers got involved in the whole shenanigans. And he said, funny how fighters are calling out UFC legends when they still haven't done shit in their own sport, which is a good point, by the way, Butch. You can't argue with it. And then Ryan Garcia said, I find it real funny, old-ass Abner Myers, old-ass, by the way, he's 34 years old. If you're talking shit, you want to get knocked out again in the first round, then be my guest. Anyway, long story short, they just went back and forth. So, yeah, they're keeping their name out there while everybody's quarantined. But I like this comment that somebody left in the in the comment section of Left Hook Boxing. This guy goes, the PBC has a pay-per-view for Abner Maris. It's against Leo Santa Cruz in the much-awaited third matchup. It will take place in the new Clippers Arena in 2024 when marination for the third installment of this much-anticipated Hispanic Southern California grudge match will take place. The Soul of Mexico will be on the line. In fact, the WBC is already making a Soul of Mexico belt just for this tremendous event. And obviously that guy's being sarcastic, but that's what you never know with this freaking WBC. They're always going to come up with some new titles, man. Diamond belt, copper belt.
Before the fight, Suleiman gives like a 50-minute speech about the belt and what it represents. Fucking bullshit.
Oh, man. All right, so we got we got Johnny Boy and we got Recognize the Matrix on the line. Guys, are you there?
Yo.
Gentlemen,
what's up?
Thank you for being on the line here. Listen, we got a special show. Let me explain to you the proceedings here, all right? How we're going to proceed. The boxing world is very fickle. One day you're on top of the world, the next you're a bum, according to the fans. Just take a look at Abner Mares. To me, it seems like it wasn't that long ago. He was on top of the world at the bantamweight division, and it was him and Nonito Donaire who were going to make something happen. Ryan Garcia, for example, and now they're in their late 30s or mid 30s. Ryan Garcia, for example, people used to make fun of him, saying he was a queer, a fruitcake, blah blah blah. Now all of a sudden, most people are picking him to beat Tank Davis if they fight right now. So what I'm saying is, you could be in one place at one point, and then in less than a year, boom, your career is completely changed. So I want to talk about 2 years down the line, maximum. Which of these fighters are going to be in the same place? Which ones are going to lose their standing? Or which ones are going to move up the boxing mountain? So we're going to take a look at a whole bunch of fighters, mainly the top 10 pound-for-pound guys and the big names and the legitimate contenders out there. All right? Does that sound good to you guys?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds fantástico.
Fantástico. Compartiendo un jumbo.
Jumbo.
Compartiendo.
And by the way, can I just say, because we're referencing Devil's Advocate with Al Pacino's horrible Spanish in that one scene where some Puerto Rican guy goes after him in the subway, but the only accent worse than
Have
that.
we established he's Puerto Rican?
Dominican.
Sure
All right, Dominican. Yeah, he does.
All right. Listen, he's Puerto Rican. All right, fine.
Yeah, but the worst accent in that movie is Keanu Reeves' horrible Southern accent. I mean, it's got to be one of the worst things I've ever heard. And if you want to hear another,
terrible. Right, man.
Keanu Reeves also had a horrible accent in Dracula.
Oh yeah,
he played a British guy.
Accent.
Oh, he was the worst.
Did you ever see that old movie with Paul Newman where he's Rocky Graciano? I forget. I can't remember the name of it, bro. But But Paul Newman's a country boy, bro. I love Paul Newman. Rest in peace. But he was trying to do the Italian accent with Rocky Graciano. He's like, "Yeah, I don't do nothing," and fucking bro, bad.
Yeah, Johnny Boy,
bad.
Canadians, Italian Canadians, because Paul Newman was Canadian. They can't do. And I know Paul Newman wasn't Italian, but what I'm saying is it's because the problem is Canadians can't do Italian accents. If you watch any documentary on the Canadian mafia, especially the one from Montreal, and you'll hear them talking English, they sound like Greeks. They can't speak with an Italian. It's not like in New Jersey, New York. So anyway, long story short, that's why partly explains that whole thing. All right, let's get down to the business, gentlemen. Enough playing around. All right. I'm trying. Okay. You know what? This is a good starter here. All right. By the way, let me just hold on a second. Let me share the page here with you guys so you know what the fuck I'm doing. Because we are going to be transitioning from page to page. Just like De La Hoya transitions into panties. Hold on a second. There we go. Hold on a second. All right. Can you guys see my screen? No, that's not it. What the fuck? It's the Discord. Give me 2 seconds here. I'm trying to figure out couple of things. Meanwhile, somebody tell a joke or something. Come on. What's the matter with you?
I was just gonna about Cejudo, that little Cejudo fucker. If you did and if any of you watched the fights on Saturday, you know he retired. Allegedly, he retired. He's pulling one of them Sugar Ray Leonard retirements, though. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, he is. You know what he is, Johnny? He's waiting to see. He's doing what Foam ever did. Let the bantamweights fight each other and then weaken each other, then come back.
Yeah.
After they fought each other already.
Yeah, but that little prick. I mean, he's a good he's a really good fighter, but he's like the Inoue of UFC. You know what I'm saying? He's just the best little man around. But he runs his mouth about everybody. He's trying to get some of that boxing money. He's talked shit about Loma before. He's talked about Tank Davis before. He's just a little loudmouth.
All right, hold on a second. Before we continue on that, Blue Collar Sport TV. Blue Collar, I'm starting to get confused now. He's Delboy, right?
Yeah.
All right. Shout out to Blue Collar Sport TV, aka Delboy, for his contribution. He says, in 2 years, Ryan will be HIV. Okay, come on, man. He says in 2 years, Ryan.
Like Tommy Morrison.
Oh, come on.
The Tommy Morrison story all over again.
He says in 2 years.
BDA can't get it out. He's dying over here.
It's because people are awful. People are awful, man. He says in 2 years, Ryan. He says in 2 years, Ryan.
BDA, you know what it reminds you of?
HIV positive.
Reminds you of when. You know what it reminds me of, BDA? When the whole Discord was roasting a Tevin Farmer. Someone said, is he retarded or something?
Oh, yes. Why does he keep looking up at the ceiling? Is he retarded?
He is, man.
Dude, Tevin Farmer's the only guy that can see down the street and watch a fighter at the same time.
Now wait a minute. Come on now, man. Wait a minute.
It's true, man. You don't know what the fuck he's looking at.
By the way, no.
He's trying to find Orion's belt and fight at the same time.
I gotta play
the kind of guy you sitting down minding your business and you say, "Hold on, sweetheart. Excuse me. What the fuck are you looking at?" Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not looking at you.
I gotta play this clip right away because we're getting nasty from the get-go.
This sort of thing is always rather grim, but this one had a kind of splendor to it, don't you think?
That's right. Listen, Delboy, thank you for your contribution and thank you for your message. It was very It's. Let me tell you something. It's harsh, but there's a certain degree of truth. That's why it's funny. Now, before we continue, also
BDA the laugh of his life for that one.
Well, I had to. I had to compose myself to continue on. Before we continue, we got Apology Man on the Discord, and we got Unrivaled, aka Mark. Guys, are you there?
Yes. Hello.
Yes, good guys. Thank you for being on.
What up, Mark?
What up? I was enjoying Tevin Farmer. I was enjoying the visionary jokes. I thought they were fantastic.
I thought they were pretty harsh, and there's no place in
but
bullying.
He's a visionary.
He's a. Oh, come on, man. All right, listen. I wanted to say something though.
Kevin's a visionist farmer.
Shut up! Stop with the bullying. All right, listen. I don't know if you guys heard what we're going to be talking about, but you know the boxing world can be very fickle. One day you're on top of the mountain, the next you're in the fucking trash can. But most of this is the fans' fault and the writers' fault because they tend to be over dramatic. If you lose 2 fights in a row, even against top guys, whoops! All of a sudden you're a bum. But the point is this: your fortune can change pretty quickly in boxing. So we're going to be looking at some of the top names out there in boxing, and we're going to be trying to figure out within 2 years. That's the maximum window we get here. Who stays, who goes. All right. So let's get down to it right away. Enough parlaying here, and enough time wasting. Let's get to a guy that I think, because I don't know what's going to happen with his career. This guy is hard. I don't know where it's going. Jaime Mongia, aka Goro. What do you guys think? Within 2 years,
he needs to switch trainers.
Yeah.
Okay, but let me ask you this then. So this is the question. Within 2 years, is he going to be on top of the mountain? Is he going to be in a better position? Or is he going to be fucking on the back of the bus?
Yeah.
It depends on if he stays with Morales. If he leaves Morales,
it depends.
Hold on,
Depends on how the middleweight division opens up, bro. It really does. But go ahead, apology.
Yeah, thanks. Because Morales he doesn't suit his style. Like, what's Morales going to teach him? Jab, move? Like, he needs to go to someone that will use his strengths to increase his boxing ability. Because if he did, I think he could be a decent middleweight. Because the middleweight division is open right now, I think, personally. And a lot of fighters have fought each other already, took some damage. So I think he could definitely beat some of these middleweights. It all depends on who he's trained by within the next 2 years.
All right. Keep in mind, guys, we are 5 people here or 6, so let's try to not talk over each other. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next. In my opinion, Jaime Mongia will go back to college in 2 years and realize he's not worth the shit.
Oh, come on. Wait a minute.
All right. Mark?
Yeah, I personally think it depends on how that division opens up. Andrade's been talking about possibly moving up to 168, and so is Jamal Charlo. Golovkin's getting older, and he's jumping everywhere from fucking flyweight to heavyweight at this stage, so we don't even know where he's going to be fighting, more than likely 168. It leaves the division completely open. Jaime may be not the best guy, but I think within 2 years, if they play their cards right, he'll probably fight for the vacant WBO title after Andrade steps out of the division, probably with a fight with Jacobs or something like that. So he'll probably 168 because he's quite a big guy as well. He's been saying he wants to move up, so I think that's what's going to happen. He'll probably be a world champion, but over a couple of years later, he'll lose to someone else coming through, like Kalishniak from the Ukraine, who hasn't turned pro yet.
So you don't think he's one of those guys that... So you're saying in 2 years, for sure, he's going to have a loss on his record?
I think in 3 or 4 years, he'll have a loss on his record. I think they're going to bide their time. They're going to fight guys who are about 14, 15, 13 in the WBO rankings, trying to climatize him into the division, and then he'll fight for a vacant belt after Andrade leaves, which won't be for about 2 years. Because he's got youth on his side.
Okay, but let's look at that then, because he's a middleweight. Keep in mind, he is 23 years old, according to Box right here. We can see his record so far since he won the vacant WBO. Oh, no, wait a minute. That's a Latino title. What the fuck is this? All right, so he beat Saddam Ali for the WBO super welterweight title, and this was in 2018. So we're almost at 2 years here, and he hasn't done that bad. He did knock out Ali, and he was the underdog in that fight. Then he beat up Liam Smith for 12 rounds. It was a good performance. He struggled mightily. So he knocked out Brian Cook. He struggled against Inoue. He didn't look all that good. He struggled against Hogan. Didn't look all that great against Hogan, who's a very good mover. And then in his last 2 fights, he's fought some, guys that are just going to stay in front of him. Munguia can eat those type of guys up. But now let's look at the middleweight landscape. First of all, for a fact that Golden Boy, they're trying to look for a Canelo Alvarez fight. Or maybe Munguia. That's the fight he wants, obviously. But before that, we got Liam Smith, Rob Brandt, who can still offer up a couple of tough fights in there. Sulewski, Chris Eubank Jr., who's on the PBC side. Camille Zarmata, I gotta tell you, I'm not familiar with him, so I'm gonna have to check out more film on him.
He's the EBU champion. He's only got like 4 or 5 knockouts. He's meant to be Golovkin's mandatory for the IBF. He's not that good. His movement ain't great. He's got no power. All he's got is a jab and a few home-cooked decisions.
Jesus
is he the
Christ,
guy?
Is he the guy Liam Williams looks like a fucking mutant. I've never seen that kid before. Holy God.
Now wait a minute.
Call it Johnny, man.
Come on, man. You're saying that because he's got big ears? Is that what you're saying?
Well, so do I. So I ain't got no room to talk.
Yeah, don't discriminate, Johnny. Come on. This is a family show.
He could hear you.
Don't discriminate over your big ears.
Reckon I said he can hear you, man. even you motherfuckers are harsh today, man. Let me tell you. You guys are mean today. I don't know what you ate. I don't know what happened, but it's not gonna fly. Not on my channel, right? We gotta have a little bit of respect for our fighters here. And by the way, he does look like a fucking... Let me see his ears. Hold on a second. All right, I want to see those big Dumbo ears. Yeah, he's got big-ass ears, man. You can get that corrected with some surgery. It's not that hard, especially if you're making good money in boxing. Why not? By the way...
He looks like a fucking Hills Have Eyes creature.
Okay, come on.
No, he don't, bro. Look at Camille Cesare-Meta, bro. He looks like he's going to hack up Liam Williams' entire family. Look at that.
Yeah, Zarmeta looks like he knows how to connect with the Greeks to get that re-up for the boys in Baltimore. But let me tell you something, guys. Hey, by the way, is Zarmeta the guy that Triple G insists on fighting?
Yes. That's mandatory as well.
Why?
I don't know. Why? Because it's an easy fight. It's an easy fight.
He has 5 knockouts. Jesus.
I mean, it's his mandatory, so he kind of has to fight him, whether it's a good opponent or not.
All right, I think the main reason he's insisting on fighting him before Canelo is if he wins that fight, like if he fights Canelo and loses, there might be a clause in his contract that says whenever he loses, he gets a diminishing in how much he's paid in his contract or something. So it's a high probability he wants to get the most amount of money before he takes that fight with Canelo.
I agree with that.
Yeah, Triple G's changed his attitude. He's more in it for the money now. He realized he's not going to be undisputed. So he's like, fuck it, I'll just get paid.
That's a shame, man. That's a shame. Now, but sticking with Jaime Mongia, then I thought there were high hopes for him. But if they insist on pitting him against guys that are just gonna stand in front of him and they don't have exceptional hand speed or power or anything, he's never really gonna be improve, and somebody's gonna eat him up because he can't be outboxed. I tell you something right now, though, guys. If they ever said right now, if they said, "Hey, let's put Mongia up against Charlo," without a doubt, I'm picking Charlo, man. Because Mongia has good power and good technique, and he's got balls. But when it comes to craft, he's got a couple of ways to go. So with Mongia, then what do we say? Everybody stay in 2 years, or in 2 years is he gonna go?
In 2 years, I think he'll be a contender, or he'll be a world champion who picks up a vacant belt, one or the other. He'll either be where he is now, kind of in the mix, or because they'll make him, they'll probably give him fights like Falcao or Dignum or Papa, like all these guys who are currently ranked in the WBO rankings. He's not going to be fighting anyone from the Ring magazine.
Okay, but you still saying stay in 2 years.
Yeah, he'll stay. He'll be within the mix. He'll be within the mix, but he won't be at the top.
Alrighty, recognize.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You agree with that?
Recognize we can't hear you.
Yeah, I can't. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Well, what Mark said, I hate to be lazy, but yeah, I could see him as a world champion in 2 years. He might even have a loss, but it won't be a bad one. He's a tough kid. He's a tough kid. He's big. He's young. I believe that he'll be in the mix the way Mark said it.
Okay, so we got 2 stays. Bucho, what do you think?
Stay.
Okay.
I don't think he can. Yeah, he'll still same position. He won't be like a undisputed unified champion or anything.
Okay, so he won't go up in the mountain.
He'll have that WBO belt, dirty ass fucking WBO belt.
All right, hold on a second. Who? Blue Collar donated again. Shout out to Blue Collar Sports TV. Says Mongia will still be eating crayons in 2 years. He's gonna be shoving them up his nostrils. Thank you, Delboy, for the contribution, man. Man, people are mean today, man. All right, so Johnny Boy, how about you, man?
Who we on now?
We're still on Mongia.
Oh yeah, no, he's gonna be moving zips across. He's gonna be moving zips around town, bro. He ain't.
Oh well.
All right.
He's gonna be working for the cartel. Is that what he said?
Yeah, he's moving zips around. OZs, he's moving zips around town in a couple years.
He's gonna be working for El Chapo's crew.
He's gonna be chopping. All right, Apology. How about you, man?
Yeah, I don't see any. They're not going to do anything with him. They're going to just take him slowly, give him guys who are tailor made for him. So he's going to stay the same.
All right. So I'm going to say the same thing as you guys. I think he stays. I don't think they're going to match him up too tough. I still maintain he's going to struggle against somebody. Because again, if you put him in there against a guy that's too slick or too slick, essentially. He doesn't have a problem with punchers, at least not yet. But for the moment, Mongia will continue to stay. He's safe for the moment. But we will see. All right. Let's get rid of Mongia here.
I think the hardest fight he may have in the next 2 years will be Liam Williams.
Maybe, man.
I can see him fighting Korobov.
That's a good fight, actually.
It is a good fight, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
All righty then. This is the guy that next. Gary Russell Jr. within 2 years.
Oh, jeez.
That's the best picture we could find.
Yeah.
So.
I'd say retired.
In Africa?
Definitely not there.
South
Africa.
Africa.
You never know. What things are the way they are today, he might.
I think he'll be gone.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
He's talking about moving to 135. The purpose of that isn't because of anything other than Gary's now focused on money. It's not about titles. It's not about unifications. He wanted the Santa Cruz fight. It never it never happened. He's going to go up to one. Could you imagine him? Look how small he is in there with a guy like Nakatani or Tiafimo. Like, you know, he's going up there because there's no money at featherweight. Lightweight, there is quite a bit more money, nearly double the purse that he could possibly make. So yeah, I see him going up to lightweight, getting terribly earned out by anybody who's elite and retiring in the next 2 years.
Yeah, I see him like retired. Exactly. So
okay, so far we've got people saying we got Mark says retired, Bucho says retired. Reckon I said retired at 2, I think.
Yep.
Johnny Boy, what about you, man?
You know, for some reason, something tells me Gary's going to jump ship and run over to Bob and try to get a fight with Shakur or Burchelt or something to that nature. Because we haven't seen him at 135 yet. He's just saying he's going to move up. Like, he ain't fought at 135 yet. So for some reason, my gut's telling me he's going to have a couple more solid fights over there with Bob, and then he'll call it a day. So I think he'll just be finishing in 2 years.
Because he's 31 years old, man.
He hates boxing. Like, he doesn't really.
Exactly.
I mean, look, he knows how to box, but he sees boxing as like a part-time job. You know, he must be doing good in other places where he's at least financially fine. You know, he's not great, but he's doing all right for himself.
Well, all right. In a nutshell, I think he'll be around BDA. I think he'll be around.
Yeah. Because you never know, remember, guys, sometimes when these people go, well, I'm going to retire before I'm 34, then next thing you know, they're fighting in their 40s, and they're getting knocked out by guys that shouldn't be knocking them out. So, and I'm not saying, I know Gary Russell Jr. has not said he wants to retire as far as I know, but the money sometimes what's he going to do after boxing? Does he have a good portfolio? Is he going to open up a gym? I mean, what's he going to do? Maybe Al Heyman takes care of him, because Al Heyman seems to take care of those who are loyal to him, and he gives him positions at the PBC as announcers and stuff like that. But Apology, what do you think, man?
I think it will remain the same because he only fights like once a year, so he's not going to take a lot of damage.
Mm-hmm.
So he will still be a champ in this division.
All right. So you say stay. By the way, yeah, El Jefe keeps saying you're ducking me, but ducking would presuppose that we're in a fight or something. I don't know what we're fighting about, so I understand why he's talking about ducking. But shout out to El Jefe. Shout out to El Jefe who just restarted his channel. So go check it out. It's quite entertaining. All right.
Is that the real El Jefe?
Maybe. I assume. I think he came back. So I'm
That's
assuming.
big facts. That's big facts.
You gotta open up your third eyebrow. All right, listen. So we said
we have 3-2. We have 3-2. Where do you stand, Mr. BDA?
I think he's gonna stay, man. I think he's gonna be fighting once a year, but he's not gonna be fighting any other top dogs. I don't know if he does go up at lightweight or junior lightweight. I don't see him fighting anybody that's too tough. I do think he's gonna struggle though, just like Jaime Mongia, because if he goes up in weight, his punching power is gonna diminish, and there's some pretty good boxers at 130, 135. So we're gonna see what happens.
I think he's gonna get retired by Tank. By the way.
Oh.
Yeah, Tank might beat him. I think Tank will beat him up.
I think that's going to be his cash-out fight. They'll move him to 135 and have him fight Tank.
He'll have some moments. I think he'll have some moments with Tank, but the end result is he loses and probably cash out.
So sorry, refresh my memory. So we got recognized Mark, myself. We said stay. Bucho said stay, I believe.
No, me, Bucho, and recognized said leave.
I got it wrong.
Okay. And you, Johnny, and apologize said stay.
Apologize.
3-3.
Okay,
hey, get my name right.
We need a tiebreaker. So guys, we're gonna ask you. I was supposed to ask you from the get-go. What do you think about Gary Russell Jr.? Is he gonna, in 2 years, is he gonna still be around in the same position or better, or is he just gonna be out? Yeah, worse.
Is Delboy still in the chat? You can use him as the tiebreaker.
Everybody, let's just go with the people in the chat room, man. And by the way, phone lines are open, so feel free to call us and give us your opinion there as well. Jonathan Merson says, I think Tank needs to slim up. El Jefe says, Gary should retire. Medado Garcia says, leave. Buck says, no interest. Okay, you're not answering our question, man.
People are saying leave.
So they're saying he's going to be gone. within 2 years.
I mean, listen, if there's any boxer that can fight in front of will have no problem fighting in front of no audience, that would be Gary Russell. I mean,
oh, jeez.
No, I'm saying he barely fights, and so it's so he spars a lot, right? He's in the gym.
What Mecca's actually saying is no one cares about him.
Exactly.
So why does he need a crowd?
One of the reasons I think he'll be gone is I think he's already seen he's starting to diminish. His tank isn't the same. He can't do it for as many rounds. You watch his fight with Niambier, Tug Stotter as Johnny Liam King, Tug him a dick. You'll see that he was starting to fade late rounds, big time.
In fact,
I don't think he's comfortable anymore.
Yeah, in fact, to your point, his trainer was giving him a pep talk in between rounds, like, you gotta push through this, I'm thinking, whoa, is he really that tired, man? I mean, something's off, man. Do you think it's because he's fighting once a year and it's not helping him with his conditioning?
I think it's highly possible, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he trains properly either. Like, it's a job for him. He doesn't really care. Like,
I get the impression I get the impression he's naturally a guy that's looks in good shape. You know, maybe it's just genetics. He's slim and he's got muscles, so he looks like he's in good shape. But I kind of wonder the same thing. How can you be in good boxing shape when you fight once a year? And you've been doing it for quite a while now too.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's
So for the last 3 years, he's had 3 fights, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe less. Because this year he might not fight at all.
It's hard for me to say that he hasn't already left in many senses.
Yeah. I mean,
he's kind of half out the door already.
How do you look at a fighter that he's only interested? It's one thing that it pans out that you fight once a year. Maybe you have plans of fighting 2 or maybe 3 times. But your plan is I just want 1 fight a year. That's all.
All right, so I think everybody said then, and people in the chat room said, he's gotta go. Social club, he's gotta go. He's gone. He's out of here. 2 years, he's not gonna be around. Either he's gonna be retired or somebody's gonna take him out, according to Unrivaled. You just don't know in this game of boxing. But one thing we can speculate upon is, and listen, you guys in the chat room, you spoke up and you said he goes. So I'm gonna go with what you say. We're gonna go with what you say, and he's out of here.
He's out of here.
He's out of here.
Yeah.
What do you want from me?
Get him out. Get him out.
He's out. He's out.
Put him in the fucking bathroom.
Get him the fuck out.
Put him in the fucking bathroom.
I don't want that kid looking at my money. Get him out.
Yo, hey, Frank, get a towel from the bar, put it all over his head. I don't want him looking at my dice while he's rolling.
I don't want that face looking at my money. Stop right there.
All right, fellas. We went with 2 names that they're 2 relatively big names. Let's go with a guy that might be a big name. This might be easy. So, Virgil Ortiz.
Stay.
Yeah.
In 2 years' time, a lot of people are going to be complaining. I'm going to say this. In 2 years' time, a lot of people are going to be complaining at welterweight that he's not getting the fights because the PBC fighters won't fight him because he's over at Golden Boy. And the only way he's going to work himself into a title position is probably through mandatory. And he's going to struggle to get a shot. But he's going to be a legit contender. He stays.
Yeah, he stays. I'm with that.
Okay.
He stays, and he stays, and he's even better than what he is now.
Exactly.
I think he'll get ducked. He's going to be ducked.
I
think he beats one of the champions.
Well, I was just gonna say I don't know if he's ever gonna become the man at welterweight, but he'll definitely be making some noise in the near future. So yeah, he'll be around.
Everybody in the chat says stays. He stays.
Everybody.
So yeah.
Now is that everybody or is that everybody?
Everyone.
All right, take it easy. Yeah, people are saying Virgil. IBT Immortal Boxing Truth says Virgil is a future docking victim. Perhaps because, let me tell you, I'm looking at the landscape here, the welterweight landscape. I see Lipinets with the PBC. Mikey Garcia, you never know. One day he's a whore. One day he's with the PBC. The next is with the Zone. The next is with fucking Sunderland Promotions. Ugas PBC, yep. Garcia PBC, Porter PBC, Keith Thurman, if he's indeed going to fight PBC, Pacquiao. Apparently PBC, Crawford top rank, Errol Spence PBC. So what the fuck is Virgil Ortiz if he's gonna do? Is he eventually moves up to
BDA,
the world?
you have to also think that he doesn't bring.
I don't gotta
anything
do
to the
anything.
table
What's the
at
matter with you? No, sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Wow, I'm gonna leave now. I'm offended.
No, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, he actually
Wow,
left.
he
What
left.
the fuck?
Be nice to apologize, man.
Go ahead. Apology. I'm sorry. It's the TRT, man. It's making me go nuts. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm back.
There you go.
Yeah, he doesn't bring anything to the table, so no one's gonna fight him.
He is gonna get ducked. He is gonna get ducked like the plague, bro. He is. That kid can fight. He got hands. He's got chin. He comes forward. He annoys.
Do you think Crawford will fight him?
I don't know.
Crawford's kind of got a competitive edge.
You know who Virgil Ortiz looks like, bro? And I'm not clowning or anything, but you know who he looks exact. He looks like Little Puppet from American Me, bro. That's who he does, dog. I swear he looks just like him. I was watching it the other day. I'm like, man, that kid looked like Virgil Ortiz, bro.
Little Puppet.
Don't look at me, Holmes.
Open up your eyes, Vato. All right, hold on a second.
The problem for him is it doesn't get easier for him to get a world title because even the 154 landscape, like Castano's going to fight Teixeira. Castano's the favorite. He's over on PBC. If you look at Charlo and then you have Rosario, he's with Lukowitz, but he's looking to fight with PBC fighter on Lukowitz. So it kind of means that like that landscape's pretty much dominated the same way by the PBC, and he's with Golden Boy. Nothing makes it easier. I feel the kid's going to get ducked like the bubonic plague, man. I really do, but I think he stays, and I think in many ways he could be the boogeyman. He could be. He could be the future boogeyman at 146.
I mean, in 2 years, these PBC fighters might not even be there anymore. I mean, some of them might move up. Like Spence, in 2 years, he might be at 154. You know. Who else is there? Thurman. I wouldn't be surprised if he retires in 2 years.
Oh,
which is a good point. Which is a good point. And there's prospects coming up. I mean, you had Kavaluskas, who gave Crawford a good fight. You have Rasputin, you have Lipinets. So you can fight them in the meantime.
But Lipinets, he's also PBC.
Like, yeah, but I think Heyman will make it. Give up Lipinets.
Yeah, I don't know because Lipinets is fighting Quadratilo. Wonder if that is going to be mandatory for Spence. I'm feeling like he wants to put on Lipinets versus Spence or Quadratilo.
I think the winner of that is going to get their crack at him, Mark. I think I just call him Kakarot, like fucking Dragon Ball. But it'll be Kakarot and Lipinets, and then the winner will get their Mando position. If Errol Spence doesn't get stripped, of course. But we'll see.
We'll have to.
All right, so hold on a second. Now we gotta, because you know what? Go ahead, Regina. Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. He doesn't have the WB. He has the WBC belt, right? Spence,
WBC and IBF. He has both.
Yeah, he'll get the franchise soon.
The franchise. I hate fucking belts, man. I hate these fucking belts, man. I don't. You know what? If you come on this show, I'm about to make a rule of stop bringing up the alphabet rankings and stop bringing up the belts themselves. I'm tired of it, man. Franchise.
That's why I stopped following the.
Yeah.
Once they started to introduce that, I lost interest. That was years ago. I was like, what? The WBA Diamond, the WBC this.
When they introduced the WBO as a legitimate belt, that's when I lost interest.
Yeah,
belts, 4 belts.
I don't. Oh, sorry, Bucho.
Yes, go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say, I don't follow any of them sanctioned body rankings. I just look at the ring to get a general idea, and that's it. And I make my own, and then I go from there myself.
Yeah.
All right. So refresh.
Did you know that?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Mark.
I was just gonna say, did you know that between like interim champions, regular champions, and like world champions or whatever, you can have 170 world champions in men's boxing?
Oh my goodness!
Interim titles. Yeah, because think about it. Every sanctioning body has an interim title. So if every sanctioning body had an interim title at one point, a regular title with the WBA, there's pretty much 5 belts times 17 per weight division. So that's 85, and then you do the same thing with the interim just times it by 2 is 170. It's crazy. You can have 170 world champions between
That's
interim and all the
depressing, man.
titles.
That is depressing, man.
Yeah, and a lot of times these guys are holding belts while other guys are active fighters. So it doesn't make sense. Why are you giving them interim belt when the other guy's an active fighter?
I can't take this no more. Back and forth, back and forth.
They trust that scumbag. I don't. BDA. The way I feel right now, I'll hit them both in the head with a fucking shovel.
I mean, this is disgusting, man. 140 champs. How can that? No, we're not going to get into it.
70.
All right, real quick. Shut up. Real quick. So you guys refresh my memory because I get lost with everything I'm doing here. So we said,
Hey, man, he's not going anywhere.
Did you say gay or stay?
He's gay. He's gonna become gay. No, that's Ryan Garcia. Oh no, he's already gay.
Oh, wait a minute. All right, so everybody said
he's been
allegedly.
Gay, happy.
Apology man makes a good point. Allegedly, Shapiro already told me. Listen, you gotta fucking watch out, man. With all these lawsuits flying around, all these indictments.
That's right.
You gotta keep it.
That's right.
Next. Who's next?
All right. First of all, let me put Virgil Ortiz on the bin. Oh, okay. This is a guy that I'm gonna stay away from this one because I fucking hate this guy. And well, not hate, but I dislike his whole approach to things. And by the way, could you stop looking like a fucking terrorist for Pete's sakes? Luis Neri, Panterita. What do you guys think?
For fuck's sake.
Stay. Speaking of people that's going to be moving zips in a couple of years.
He's already moving zips.
Yeah. He looks like he might be already. Stay.
Neri will stay. He's moved up to 122. That was meant to be his fight before it got cancelled. I think the idea is they want to get him in there with Ray Vargas, and then beat Ray Vargas, and then fight a bunch of like PBC 1-2 fighters. They actually have quite a few that work with them or in conjunction with them. So I think he'll stay. I think he'll be kind of in the same position he was at 118, while other fighters actually go and do stuff.
I thought he was moving up though.
Yeah, he's moving from 118 to 122.
No, I mean 126. Is that even a plan?
No. To 122.
No, he's moving to 126.
He's moving to 126 now.
Who said that?
That's what he said. He's in Spanish.
We got Gonzalo.
His last fight was meant to be against Almeida at 122.
Mark, has he fought 122 before?
No, he hasn't. He fought at 122.
Yeah, then he's not moving.
Okay, then how the fuck is he gonna? Yeah.
He's gonna move. He's gonna skip 122 altogether. Go to 126.
He's made that decision now because before the whole pandemic crap started happening, he was going to be fighting Almeida at 122 on his debut before he'd fight Ray Vargas. That's what they were planning. So now he's moving up to 126.
He's afraid of Ray Vargas.
He said in Spanish.
He's afraid.
But
what's he going to do? Pick up Gary Russell's vacant title?
Yeah, fair who the hell has he fought?
Oh, he has some good wins.
Yeah, some decent wins.
He's got Yamanaka on there. He's got Juan Carlos Payano.
And look, if you told me, hey, next fight he's gonna take on Inoue or something, I'd be very, very, very hyped up for it. The fact of the matter is, this guy's 25 years old. He's already got a whole bunch of strikes against him when it comes to cheats. What the hell was that? And so I don't, Jefe goes, what? Do you hate the guy? I don't hate the guy, but I dislike anybody that's not on the level. I'm sorry. And somebody else in the chat room said, hold on, who was it? Somebody said he looks arrogant. Hold on, who was it? Well, anyway, somebody said he
Arabic or arrogant.
No, he looks. Oh, it's Subash. Shout out to Subash, and he says he looks arrogant. Now I know this doesn't really have much to do at first glance, but think about it, guys. Anybody who's already cheated a couple of times. By the way, if you get banned from Japan, those degenerates, that means you're doing something wrong. All right. Second of all, he's banned from Japan for all his hijinks. Arrogance will lead to your downfall. Okay? So I think 2 years he might not still be around. It's highly possible.
So the kid's a banger. He'll stay in there. I mean, I don't think he's just. If he does go up to 126, he's gonna have problems there.
I used to be an arrogant little prick myself.
What do you mean used to be?
What?
Oh, I'm kidding. Listen,
I broke my gatsies on that bike in Florida, BDA.
Oh yeah. Why don't you just go do some cycling, start some beach pussy? But listen, the point is this, man. So what do we say then? Stay or go? That's what I'm trying to find out here.
Stay.
I'm all over the place. Stay, okay. Come on, guys.
I didn't say he was gay. I said he'll stay.
I know.
He's got to continue with the trainer he got because he switched trainers a lot too.
Yeah, he'll be around. He'll stay.
He's still young. He's like 28, I think. I'm not sure, but yeah, the age also. He'll be around.
Apology.
He'll stay. Like, he's got power and okay endurance. He'll be fine.
He'll be okay. He's going to be taken care of, is what you're saying. All right. They're going to comp him, sushi and all that. So we got Luis Neri. All right, he's going to stay. Who's next? By the way, I really dislike a guy who cheats twice that way and has no qualms about it. I'm sorry. At least say, listen, I cheated. I'm sorry. Try to go through the motions, man. He's not
the kind of guy, he got caught cheating and he looks at the camera and he goes, what do you want from me?
No, he looks at the camera. He goes, what are you going to do about it? That's the type of guy he is. I don't play that. All right.
Get that camera out of my fucking face.
Like, it is what it is.
Exactly. El Jefe keeps saying, BDA, stop it, bro. No, I'm not going to stop it. You stop it. You keep rooting. You see, that's the problem. Keep rooting for a guy just because you're Mexican and he's Mexican. That's. You should be ashamed of yourself, El Jefe. You need to open up your third eye, man. All right.
Third eye, bro. The third eye.
The third eye, bro. You need to do some push-ups. All right. Caleb Plant, who now is coming out, by the way, and saying he does want Canelo Alvarez.
Oh, I don't like him at all. He's going to get knocked out by like Benavides or Canelo or whoever. I just don't like his style, and I don't.
I don't like him, but I don't underestimate his skill. The guy is like pretty skilled fighter. I think he's still around, but he's still around, and he takes a loss. Somebody beats him, either Canelo or Benavides. One of those guys beat him in 2 years.
It's interesting,
but he'll still be around, man. He'll still be viable, and I think he gives both those guys a fight.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, definitely, man. Because like you said, he's got skills, but he's got what I call scrotum skin. He takes one shot to the face, and he looks all fucked up already. He's got the Georges St. Pierre skin. So don't be surprised if one day he gets, takes 2 punches to the face, and he opens up like he's fucking a 39-year-old Julio Cesar Chavez, and they stop the fight. But on the other hand, he's with Al Heyman. I think Al Heyman has big plans for the guy, and I don't know if he's going to be matched up tough. They like to take their sweet ass time over there with what's his name with their fighters and making super fights. So I don't know if Caleb Plant stays or go. Oh, and on top of that, initially, remember they offered him the Canelo fight. He goes, "No, I'm not ready." How the fuck are you not ready for Canelo, man? It's the biggest fight in the world for you. And you're gonna turn down that
He's honest, at least, man. You gotta give him credit. Like the kid is like, hey, listen, man, give me a couple of more fights. I think I'll be ready to beat this dude.
But I think he meant not ready, as in I need more rest or something in between fights. I think he meant that. I think he meant I'm not ready because I need to get because it was too soon. I think after he beat that German dude. So
yeah, Canelo is trying to play it slick. I know what he's trying to do.
Oh come on, now wait.
That kid could get better. No, wait, time out. I don't like him, but he could get better. He could be a problem, man. He could be a nice little. He's got size over Canelo. That's for sure.
He's got talent, but he's not really like a power puncher. He got the same type of power that Andrade has, like the explosiveness in the beginning, but it's not really heavy-handed. So once after like the first few rounds, he loses that.
He can outbox you. He can outwork you. You know.
Yeah, he can do that, and he's got he's married to one of the announcers for the PBC. He's got a lot of upside, and he's taking a lot of tune-ups. He's building his resume, or his what do you call it?
I like how Gonzalo brings up his personal status.
Yeah, what does it have to do with? What does that have to do with the?
Yeah, you got some strings. You're pulling some strings for yourself.
Oh, he's pulling something. He's pulling something, all right.
Like the commentators will be in favor of him whenever he fights.
What do you call it, Peter? He's building his profile. That's what he's doing.
Why y'all hating on Caleb Plant like that?
Oh, here we go.
Because he sucks.
I mean,
Johnny, he's the weakest champion.
We got no. There's got to be at least one ghetto ass white boy in there. Come on now, stop it.
I mean, I don't hate him because of that. I hate him because he's the weakest champion there.
I don't think he's the. You think he's the? Well, I don't know that. Maybe, but I think the kid is good. I don't like his character, but I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't say he's the weakest right now.
I think he's in a pretty good place. I mean, okay, apology. Let me ask you this, because you said he's one of the weakest. Out of the three, Callum Smith and Benavidez and Caleb Plant, I don't blame you if you think Caleb Plant is one of the weakest, but would you favor him over a guy like, say, Anthony Durrell?
Yes, currently, right now, definitely, especially after the beating he took from Benavidez. I think, yeah, and I also think, well, I like to retract my statement. Actually, I'd say he's not the weakest in terms of like skill. I think it's more to do like strength and power. Because it's like they hit, and if you compare it to Caleb Plant, yes, he got some knockdowns and knockouts in his career, but I don't think he hits as hard. So that's what I meant by weakest.
What do you think about Caleb Plant versus like a Billy Joe Saunders?
I give it to Plant because he's way more dedicated, and I think he has more heart in his sport than Billy Joe Saunders.
Yes, I agree with that.
He smacks Billy Joe up.
As much as I don't like Plant, I hate Billy Joe Saunders even more. I can't stand that fucking dude. I hope somebody knocks him the fuck out.
I don't like him neither.
I would say he's very crafty. That's
he is.
Sure.
He is crafty.
Well, Plant and Saunders would be a chess match, bro.
Plant and Saunders.
I'll be rooting for Plant. I would be rooting for him to beat him. No fucking doubt.
All right, but recognize we got to get to the bottom of this. Why do you dislike Plant? Well, what is it about him that rubs you the wrong way?
I don't like he's a shady character. Like the dude, look, I don't know the whole shit that happened with his family and the way he acts. Look, man, I don't totally judge a man on. I'm not in his shoes. I've been through similar shit than him, and I don't remember ever like moving on so quickly like he does.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's something weird there. I mean, his ex-wife, or his baby mom could have been a fucking bitch for all I know.
Oh.
She could have been. I'm just saying. She could have been.
No. But listen.
I mean, but it doesn't look good, right? Like their child died and he fucking moved on. I mean, that's kind of weird, bro. That is kind of weird, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said, "All right, bitch. Our child is dead. I'm out. I'm with the next girl now."
Yeah, he moved on faster than he throws a punch. But look, listen. This ain't divorce court. We're trying to figure out his future. So. Just bottom line, in 2 years' time, is he going to be in a better place or a worse place? Guys, what did you say again, please? Refresh my memory.
He'll be in the mix, but he'll have a loss.
I agree, he will have a loss.
Oh, jeez.
Especially if you take the Benavidez fight, I think he'll lose that one.
So everybody's saying, whoa, okay.
But that doesn't do anything bad for him. That's good. That's good. Yeah, he'll be around.
Bucho, what do you think?
Yeah, he'll be in the mix, like Record said.
Not as a champion, but yeah, he'll be around.
So so is he gonna go or stay then? Because I'm losing count here.
He's gonna.
You're right.
Gonna stay
step down. Oh shit.
And who knows? He might even win the Benavidez fight. You never know.
Yeah, it's not like Benavidez is like this fucking immaculate shape fighter. I mean, look, he looks to me to be the better fighter. But it's not impossible that somebody can outbox Benavidez. Somebody like a Plant.
All right, so people in the chat room also, most of them are saying stay. I'm going to say stay too because I don't think he's going to be matched up all that tough. So I'm going to go with stay. It's a tentative stay though. Don't think I'm saying that he's this big powerhouse boxer that's going to be outboxing everybody. He can be beat, man. Uzcategui landed one shot and he looked like he'd gone 12 rounds afterwards. So I'm going with Plant there. Stay.
That's right. That Faggin Butts guy from Germany, he started coming back and doing pretty good himself.
Yeah, I forgot about Faggin Butts.
Is that his name?
What is his name? What's his name? Did I say it wrong? All right.
Fagan Butt or something like that.
Oh,
Fagan
Fagan Butts.
Fake butt, like a Brazilian. All right, listen. Moving him there. Okay.
He stays in the mix, right? So yeah.
Absolutely. Hold on a second. I'm trying to. Okay, this is an interesting one though, and this is a one that I think it's pretty easy though. What the fuck, Bucho? That's not Jason Rosario, man.
Hey, that you can't be cussing BDA.
It looks like a little bit.
But they all anybody that's got dark.
Who is that?
That's Julian Williams, man. What's
Julian Williams?
Yeah, that's Julian Williams who lost.
BDA just came back from his exodus from the church and
Exodus. Wait a minute. No, wait a minute. No, it wasn't. It wasn't him. No.
Pick another one. I'll just.
Anyway, by the way, if it matters, Jason Rosario, I think he goes. The 154-pound division is exchanging. They're exchanging belts every 2 weeks, man. I'm telling you, they are going to be. He's not going to be staying there. Trust me. Okay.
Yeah, it's bananas. It's bananas like his nickname, El Banana Rosario.
Okay. We got Artur Beterbiev in a very tough division. A lot of people seem to think he's the top dog with his power punching and his underrated skill. Guys, what do you think about Artur Beterbiev?
I don't see anyone beating him. Only Bivol, and even then, I think he will be too strong. He will more Bivol, so he stays undefeated.
Yeah, in 2 years, I could still see him on top.
Well, how old is
top
he?
Of the, I think he's like 35. Yeah, he's up there, but he's not
might even move up.
5-year-old. You know,
he wants to move up.
No, I can see him moving up soon.
To cruiserweight.
Because
I don't know.
Yeah, because he will clear out this division.
You don't think he'll be a small? So. I think he'll be a small cruiserweight though.
He will, but there will be no lightweights left. Depending on how he does and how much he fights.
He's going to be fucking tiny at cruiserweight.
No, I don't see him.
Well, the reason why I said that is because I believe if he fights often, he will clean out the lightweight division and there will be no challengers left to face him.
Well, yeah, but there's like 9 good fighters in light heavyweight, bro. Like, I mean,
that takes 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, between Pascal and
2 years.
Between Pascal and Badu Jack and fucking Vaz. Well, he just fought Vaz. Like Alida Alvarez, like all them boys, bro. He ain't gonna move up. I think he'll just ride the rest out at 75.
No, man. I think he will destroy most of them pretty easily, and then there'll be nothing left for him.
I could see him making, if it's for a title at cruiserweight, making one of those kind of jumps.
I mean, if he moves up, it's for the money, right?
Yeah, but who's up there?
How much money is there at cruiserweight now?
There's no money.
That's the problem. Yeah.
Unless he's searching for like a second division title, which I don't know.
Right. You're searching for to build up his his resume.
Stays, I guess.
He can be beat too.
Yeah, exactly.
He can be beat, but it's very unlikely. Only Bivol has a chance. Like literally,
he's a guy it's easier said than done. Like you could see where he could be beat, but once you get in the ring, it's totally different. The dude is super strong.
Yeah, he has flaws, a lot of flaws, but he just makes up for it by his punch output, his mauling ability, his strength.
Yeah, when you got a lot of strength, you can get away with shit, man.
So we're at a bit of a standstill here because on the one hand, he is a monster. He's very strong, underrated boxing skills. On the other hand, he's on the wrong side of 30. Of the 30s, actually. He's in a division full of very tough contenders. So, all right, people in the chat room, we're going to need your output here. Does Beterbiev stay or does he go within 2 years?
Mr. BDA, I think he'll be retired in 2 years if it's a tie. I didn't really say. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know
that's true. He could be retiring in 2 years.
I think he'll be retired.
Well, people in the chat room are saying Overhand says stay, Pugalacan says stay, Delboy says stay, Boxing Virus says stay, Rick Quicker says stay, BOKS says no. I don't know what the fuck. Amok says stay. Barely stay says Amok. Okay. All right, we're going to go with stay then. Sound good for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm in between. Stay.
You're in between. It's like a fucking porn set or something. Listen,
like in the middle there.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll say stay.
By the way, I don't even know if I wrote the name correctly. Is it with a H or just hold on. Arthur, but no, I did write it. I'm a professional.
Yeah.
What's that? Anyway, listen, I got it. Arthur Beterbiev will be. No, I'm pretty sure it's gone. Beterbiev, he's going to be staying. All right, now listen. People say, Endgame says stays, Jim Reaper says stays, Pugalacan says at Arthur Beterbiev, G-Boogie says stay. Perfect. All right, we got that. By the way, people in the chat...
He also be like, Bucho said, BDA, he'll be like 37, 38. We got to take that into account as well.
Yeah.
Well, then it's like Amok said, barely. But in 2 years' time, he'll barely be here, but on top, but he probably will be on top. So people are saying he looks like Wolverine, by the way. Can't argue with
that. He does. He looks like Khabib, too.
No, those guys from that area have like big foreheads and like big heads in general.
What are they? They're Chechens, right? That's what they are.
Yeah, Chechens and what's the other one? Dagestanians.
Dagestan, yeah.
Dagestan and Chechens.
Yeah. Okay. You know, there's like a neighborhood in New York. Actually, it's not too far from me, where a lot of them live at. I'm assuming they're his type, whatever. I don't mean to sound racist, but like they like that type of
them people.
They got them people, right? They have
what the
that
fuck,
fucking
man?
look, and they just they look like fucking killers, bro. They do like they're silent, like
they saw the meat, like they eat a lot of meat in that culture.
They are, yeah. That's probably what it is.
Yeah, man. I mean, listen, this fucking Khabib and all those guys, it's almost like they like losing control and getting into fights in the street and all that. It's pretty interesting because most fighters realize, hey, listen, if I get into a fight, I could break my hand, I could get an injury, I could go to jail. He doesn't care. I think he knows worst case scenario, he can fly off to Dagestan or Chechnya, wherever he's from, and nobody's going to get to him there. They're going to have to get the Russians to get him.
I'm going to give you a profile of guys that like to fight. And I'm profiling for a reason because I've seen it with my own eyes.
Go ahead.
Dudes with short hair. They love to fight, bro.
Okay, now wait a minute.
Explain
that. Go ahead.
Listen to what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, right? It's not a coincidence that every fucking time I worked as a fucking bouncer, there's always these fucking, of all race, always have fucking short haircuts. And the reason that is, they don't have to, they're like, fuck that pretty boy shit. I'm just cutting my hair off. Let's get in there and let's fight. Like, they're ready for a fight. Like, they're naturally just ready to, get messy and fucking, and they're strong motherfuckers.
Does that include women as well?
Huh?
Dykes?
Does that include women as well? Yeah, dykes.
Yeah, bro. Well, no, I mean, listen, not too many. I can't say that with the girls because not too many girls do that. But every time, man, every fucking time we had to break up a fight, some fucking bald-headed motherfucker just going crazy.
All right, so you say that you had long hair like Antonio Banderas, like a young Antonio Banderas.
No, I did one time. Yeah, that was a long time ago.
All right, now my question is this: I think there's something to. I'm telling you, when Recognize says something, I listen because I think there's something to his theory. I mean, look at this. We got Richard Simmons here, and he's got long frizzy hair. He's got long frizzy hair, and I'm pretty sure the only fight he likes is the one that's going on in his asshole. So I think Recognize is onto something here. I think he's onto something here.
Hey, look at Richard Simmons. That's all you gotta look at.
Who the hell is that?
Oh shit! You too young to know who that guy is. That's true. Yo,
I never knew what. Yeah,
apologies don't know who he is.
There's echo. Hey guys, Blue Collar Sports TV, thank you for your contribution. He says, recognize they all look the same.
That too. They all look the same.
All right. This is getting.
Then they like to
ridiculous.
head. Oh, here's another one. They like to headbutt.
That's true.
Man. They like to fucking headbutt, man.
Like
who hasn't kept their hair in a long minute because of the coronavirus?
Oh, I shaved mine, man. That's the one thing I know how to cut hair.
I have a ponytail now.
I haven't.
Nice.
I have like an afro. I look like Black Dynamite.
Dude, I don't have my clippers anymore, bro. I mean, I could kind of halfway do it. I'd need somebody to line up the back and shit around my ears and all that. But nah, dude, I look like Jack Nicholson after he just got done killing somebody on Shining.
I've seen your picture, man. Me too.
Gonzalo. Yeah, dog. I put that Andrade up in the video. People were like, "Holy shit, bro! You look like you just got out of the can, dog."
Yeah, my hair.
I like it because when
I let
blood
my
pressure
hair
gets high. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, Gonzalo. I let my hair grew from. I just cut it like I want to say like a week ago. I had let my hair fucking grow. I didn't realize how much gray hair I could fucking grow now. God damn.
Yeah, I want to look like Wayne Grow when I get old.
You want to look like? Oh man, you're gonna be murdering black prostitutes after you fuck them. Is that what you're saying?
I'm already doing it. It's already happening.
I like it because my blood pressure gets high sometimes, and then my wife will pull my hair, just grab my hair and just pull it, and that kind of helps. Before I couldn't even grab the top of my hair, now I just grab it, and she pulls it.
You know,
and
look at that fucking face right there.
Yeah,
fucking Wayne Grow.
That's gonna be my hairstyle.
Why did she pull your hair, Gonzalo?
I get high blood pressure, man. Because sometimes I'm angry or something.
Okay.
Like that now.
Yeah,
he was making a move. I had to get it on.
Had to get it on.
Trying to find
what the fuck are we talking about? Who's next?
Trying to find a photo when he gets shot. Anyway, yeah, okay. I gotta go. I gotta jump off for about 2 minutes, so I want you guys to take over. But before we do that, I'm gonna. By the way, the phone lines are open, people. Oh, we got a phone call. Hold on a second.
Oh.
510. You're on the air. 510.
Hey, Johnny boy. Why do you keep blocking
Hang it
me,
up.
fucking pussy?
Yeah.
Who is this? Who is this?
Yeah, what the fuck?
You gotta identify yourself before you come on the air. You gotta come correct. You can ask. You gotta. Who is this? Come on. You gotta identify yourself. Otherwise, we're talking to the wind over here.
This is Mexican power boxing, bruh.
All right.
Mexican power boxing.
Nah, that was another idiot's burner account, bro. But yeah, no. Anyhow, what do you want?
Stop blocking me, you bitch. I thought you were a gangster. What the fuck?
Nah, dude. I don't do that on the internet, bro. I do that in real life, dog.
Then stop blocking me, you bitch.
All right, but listen, Mexican power. Hold on, guys. Mexican power. If he blocked you, he blocked you. What do you want from him?
Don't block me.
Nah, I just came in the channel and he blocked my ass for no reason.
All right. Well, it's not even that great a channel. So was that
is this Bay Area?
Yeah, is this Bay Area? Come on, man.
Come on.
Hey, tell him to unblock me.
All right, hold on a second. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can.
Because he blocked you.
Let me see if I can work something out, Johnny Boy. Would you like to unblock him But you gotta ask nicely though. You can't just say, "Hey, Johnny Boy, unblock me, motherfucker." You know, it doesn't work like that. You gotta be nice.
You don't tell nobody. You don't tell nobody how to run their channel.
Hold on a second. Go ahead, Mexican power. What did you say?
Bay Area.
I said I didn't even talk about him, and he blocked me.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, man.
Are you gonna be nice now?
Hey, tell him to unblock me.
You gotta ask him nice, man.
Hold on. Hold on. Can you say something interesting?
This is simple. You just tell them I don't tell people how to run their channel. That's it. What's so hard about that?
I mean, I'll consider it, bro, once I hear an apology from you, and we'll think about it.
Yeah, because you gotta be nice, man. You can't
BDA, can you tell this? Go ahead.
Can I tell who what? Come on.
Yeah, BDA, can you tell this caller to tribute or hang up? Because he's not, like, the show's going nowhere.
Be fucking
I
nice.
want to give a big shout out to the MXBC Mexican boxing community.
Oh my God! Please hang up. I beg. Hang up. Barry, you're not funny. Hang up, man.
Hold on a second. Come on, man.
Be fucking nice. Be nice.
You gotta be nice, man. He's gone?
Be nice.
No, he's still there. Anyway. Shout out to the MFBC.
Somebody else. It's not a phone call. Another phone call.
We got another phone call. All right, let's go to 610. You're on the air. 610.
Jackson.
Yo, what's up, boys?
Oh, we got Jackson on the line.
What up, Jackson?
I'm chilling. What's up, Recognize and Bucho BDA? What's up, guys?
Jackson, you still in Florida?
Yeah, man. I own a crib in a real nice part of Jacksonville called Ponte Vedra. I got a crib there, and in South Florida and in Philadelphia. So I'm chilling, trying to watch some fights, and I can't stand this quarantine.
I was about to ask you. That's my next question. How is it in Florida?
Florida's banging because like Jacksonville is the freest state right now. Like they're actually letting you like didn't you say you owned a barbershop? Recognized? Like I had to get my hair cut
when I was younger,
for a job interview, and I had to schedule like 3 days in advance. It's fucking bullshit.
There's no underground. I know there's plenty of underground barbershops right now in New York. I don't know. I would think Florida's doing the same.
I mean, like it's starting to open back up, but yeah, we need some boxing.
Word. I agree there. We do need some boxing. I'm not a UFC fan, but I know UFC already had an event, right?
Go ahead.
The UFC already had an event.
Oh yeah, that's where. But nobody was allowed to go to it. That's where Dana White. He had the Tony Ferguson fight, but like nobody was allowed to go to it, so nobody even knew it was in like Jacksonville.
Tony Ferguson is that kid, right? You would think by the last name he's American, but he's like Mexican kid.
Yeah, the kid that just didn't he just lose badly in that? See, I watch boxing. I don't really try to watch.
Me
UFC,
either. Yeah,
but,
I don't watch UFC. I don't watch that shit either. But I heard about it.
Yeah, he got beat up badly, man. Badly.
That's what I heard.
Did he get stopped?
Yeah.
Yeah, and on his feet because you should have seen the beating he took. It was a good fight, but he just took a beating, man. It was sad to see.
Because Ferguson's a good fighter, from what I heard. He was supposed to fight Khabib, and like now, he has to start over, I guess. Like that sucks.
Yeah, we're never gonna see the Khabib fight, but Justin Gaethje is the real contender now, so all credit to him.
That's the guy that beat him up, yeah.
Yeah.
That guy had a lot.
Yo, that guy could box. That beat him up. That guy, he had some striking skills. Like he was like countering the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
Think about Khabib. You got to keep him up, but he's sneaky with his hands, bro. I've seen some.
He's not that bad. Yeah.
Yeah,
he's not that bad at all.
I'm a casual, but I could tell that the boy got a little technique. He's not like good with his hands. He's not really good, but he's a sneaky motherfucker. He could catch you with some shit.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's like what he did to McGregor. Like when you're not thinking about it, he'll fucking like Khabib is just like somebody you wouldn't want to fight because like if he takes you to the ground, you're dead, and like you just don't want to stand up with the guy. That guy's a tough guy.
Khabib's a fight you should have fought 3 years ago from now. It's better every time.
Mm-hmm.
I saw people in the chat are saying to switch it back to boxing.
All right.
So, Jackson, what do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about Deontay Wilder because you guys are still making shows about like how Tyson Fury cheated. Like, I want to make a comparison to the. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
When Fury fought Wilder, it reminded me of when Tommy Hearns fought Roberto Duran and just went in there and fucked him up. Like, it wasn't a fight. Like, Hearns went in there and just fucking bombed on Roberto Duran. And that fight, I don't know why. It might be because, like, the Kronk style, but he just fucking, like, bombed Wilder out. And, like, I don't know. Those two fights just, like, remind me of each other.
Yeah. I guess he was
no
complete destruction
cheating at all. Like I listened to that whole debate with that guy yesterday, and like the only way there could be cheating is if he could have like rotated his fist in the glove, which he couldn't have done. So I don't know why you take on those arguments.
Oh, exactly. It's ridiculous. I mean, it doesn't make sense. You can't do that with a glove. It's not an advantage. Yes, the glove was flopping the first fight. I think his hands were slipping out of the glove, but that's not an advantage. And then when they say that that same thing happened in the second fight, that's a lie. That's a lie. There was no floppy glove in the second fight. It's not an advantage. Even if there was a floppy glove, it's not an advantage.
You know what I forgot to bring up, Bucho?
Yeah.
When you fight in the pros, you start wearing smaller gloves, okay? You start wearing smaller gloves. When you and the bigger your hands are, the bigger your hands are, the less room you have up there. The less room you have up there. And sometimes it starts breaking off. It starts slipping down your hand. That's why you see them kind of like, you ever see them kind of cock back always? They like, it looks like they're cocking back the chamber of a gun. Okay? They just go, that's what, because it's slipping off. It happens to every fighter, man. A lot of times, sometimes it's not even about how big your hand is.
Watch the Thriller and Manila. Their gloves were basically falling off because it was like 120
yeah,
with
I guess
humidity.
They both cheated, right?
You can watch Ali tagging them up. Their gloves are fucking falling off.
Yeah,
there you go.
Exactly.
There you go. If there's no such thing as racism because you got two fighters with a whole bunch of eyes on them, and they didn't get caught. If there was racism, they would have said, "Oh, we got him now, baby." Woo-wee. But that didn't happen. So I tell you, there's no such thing as racism. Was it?
Why do you even take these people on? Like, why is it worth the argument? Like, they're not. I don't care what Steve Cunningham, the boxer, said. Like, Tyson Fury didn't cheat. Like, I don't know why we made so many episodes about this shit.
Well, if I may answer that.
Bucho was having fun. That's what it was. Bucho was having fun.
I wanted some drama.
He gets a good laugh.
Some Jerry Springer drama.
Yeah, but it's also because, you know what, man? And you look at certain channels now, they put all their eggs in one basket with Wilder. And now that Wilder is gone and there's no boxing right now, they can't even talk about anything boxing related because there's nothing going on now. And so it's interesting to just watch them a little bit, see, because they did give channels like us a lot of shit. Now, I usually stay away from the whole LDBC thing, but I gotta admit, this whole thing is so ridiculous. I gotta have fun with it too. So that's one of the reasons. Listen, Jackson, we gotta move on. Anything else you want to say before we let you go?
No, I just want to say you guys the best. Bucho, BDA recognized Jimmy and Stu, the best panelists out there. The best boxing show. That Brotherhood kid's a fucking retard.
Oh, wait a minute. All right, thank you, Jackson. I appreciate it. Thank you for the call and the compliments. And I must also add Apology Man and Johnny Boy.
And Gonzalo.
Yeah, people,
There's a lot of people.
Because they're right here on the channel right now. And we gotta give it up to them. Let's go to 813. 813, you're on the air. 813.
Hey, Johnny boy, I need you to unblock me, pussy. This is Maricon martial arts boxing.
Maricon martial arts.
I'm just fucking around.
Block me.
I apologize. Even in a joke, I don't feel right calling Johnny Boy a pussy. So I apologize. It was just a joke, though. Big shout out to the panel. This is Ray Leonard. Just joking around. How you fellas doing tonight?
Good, man. How about yourself?
Doing all right, man.
I'm doing good. Johnny, I need some acknowledgement. I'm afraid you might be mad at me.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. I heard you, Red. You just kind of muffled, brother. You just kind of muffled right now a little bit. That's all. I heard you, dog. Yeah.
Now, I just want to make sure you knew it was a joke. Yeah, but, big shout out to everybody on the panel. Yeah, there's a lot of you guys on the panel, so, but all y'all, you got your own little flavor, your own little, contribution style, and I dig it. But, what's the topic for tonight?
Well, we were talking about which fighters are going to still be on top within 2 years and which ones aren't. And so far, hold on, let's actually, while you're here, Red Glove, let's go to the next boxer. Let's go to Juan Francisco Estrada. And let me ask Red Glove, within 2 years, is Estrada going to be with us with another loss, or is he going to be further cementing his position as the premier fighter in his division?
Well, first off, I want to say I think he'll still be here. It's kind of hard to say if he's going to be here with a loss, though, because the kid is really, he's real good, But then again, if he fights, are they talking about him fighting Chocolatito?
That's a good question. Yeah, I don't know what
Chocolatito and Rungvisai. They've been talking about him fighting either one or both guys.
Yeah, it's hard to say if he's gonna make it out of that without a loss, And I definitely think he'll still be here, and I definitely think he'll still be a force to be reckoned with. But whether or not he takes another L, that's a different story. Because just because a boxer takes the loss doesn't mean that doesn't mean that their career is over. All the greats, for the most part, have losses. So I'm not gonna, just because if he takes another loss, especially if it's to one of those guys, Sor Rungvisai or Roman Gonzalez. But yeah, I think he'll still be around, and I think he'll still be a force to be reckoned with. If he manages to beat either or both of those guys, he'd be the top dog, in my opinion.
He looks like one of those guys that's coming into his own. Like, he's getting better. But, that's a hard task no matter what to ask of anybody to fight Chocolatito. He already fought him. Visai, a guy he has history with. He got 2 fights with him. That's kind of hard to get out of there without a loss, unscathed.
Yeah. There's going to be at the very least, there's going to be war scars. Yeah, I think, I like him a lot, and I really think that, I think regardless of what happens, I think he's definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with, wherever he's at, whatever weight class he's at in 2 years, because he's tough. And I agree, he does seem to, be getting better. And, that's how I feel about him. I think he'll be around doing good things in a couple of years still.
All right, now
him and Donnie Nietzsche as well. That'd be a
true,
good fight.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's
By the way,
potential fight for him.
Hey, listen, and we got to keep a tally though. So recognize, and what did you say?
Estrada?
What did I say? I said that I say he'll still be around, and
okay,
he'll still be a top of his division. Not maybe the top, but he'll be up there.
Who didn't say their opinion? I think it was Johnny Boy, Gonzalo, and Bucho. Let's make this because we got to get to this one. Let's make it quick, please.
Yeah, he'll be around if Chocolatito came back from the dead, I think he's older, and he's got more tires on his thread. Yeah, this guy'll still be around.
He'll be around. He'll be around.
All right. Bucho, what did you say?
Same thing. He'll be around.
Stay.
Yeah.
He's got a pretty good shot of becoming the top guy in the division. So most people are saying stay. And like Rick and I said, he really is he's turned, I should say, into a solid pro. He can do it all. Box on the inside, slug it out, box on the outside. I mean, he's the complete total fucking package. Red Glove.
He looks like he's taken his losses and he grew from that. That's what it looks like.
Exactly. All these people saying, oh, do you lose once? Well, it's the end of the world. On the contrary, my friend, it's only made him stronger. Much stronger. So that's the way we look at it. Juan Francisco Estrada is going to be staying in the position in which he's in, or actually making it better. He's not going to have a loss. Red Glove, we're going to have to let you go, but you know what? I'm going to send you the link on the Discord. You got Discord, right?
Yeah, I have Discord. Yeah, send
All right.
me the link. I probably won't join right away, but thanks for having me, and I'll try to join if I can. Big shout out to everyone on the panel. I'm not going to say every name because I'm bound to forget someone's name.
That's right.
Big shout out to all you guys. Have a great night. Peace.
All right. Take it easy, Red Glove. Thank you for the call, man. Now,
Red Glove is like my family, right? Like I forget all their names, so I say, yeah, shout out to them.
well, you're Puerto Rican, man. That makes sense. I mean, how many sisters?
Yeah.
16 brothers and sisters, plus the uncles and all that.
Something like that, yeah. My
That's
father
right.
was like Bin Laden.
Yeah, Bin Laden. How many did he have? Like 30 or something? I mean, geez, Luis.
I don't know. I mean, listen, there's 7 of us that I know. Let's just put it that way.
And by the way, I just realized Estrada's nickname is El Gallito, which means the rooster, which could also say cock. So imagine if him and Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez get together, it's going to be chocolate cock. I mean, that's just my observation for the day, man.
Of course, you would come up with this idea, huh?
I'm just spitting facts here, man, like the kids say.
Yeah,
Choco Gallo.
You have a sick mind, BDA. Sick mind.
No,
chocolate
anyway,
cock.
I'll keep my mouth shut from now on. Right?
Gallito is little cock and Chocolatito is little chocolate. So what can you make out of that, BDA?
That's right.
If he fights Brungasai again, it'll be Rung My Gallo.
It's gonna be little chocolate cock.
There you go. Don't forget to check out.
Can we stop the subject, please?
I'm trying to.
You're grossing out apology, man.
I'm sorry about that. Listen, I'll talk about Chocolatito's little brother, Vainillita Gonzalez. He's going to be coming up, so keep an eye on Vainillita Gonzalez. Might just be better than Chocolatito, some people are saying. So, listen.
Mr. BDA.
Easier said than done. I got to see that.
Yeah, me too, man.
Lobito! Shut up.
Oh, jeez. He's telling the dog to shut up, to pipe down, because I heard the dog barking in the background there.
Lobito! Lobito!
All right, we got it, man. Come on, take it easy. What was I going to say? Let's move on. Don't forget, guys, phone lines are open. I got okay, so we got Estrada over here. Who else should we go with, man? I'm trying to find out real quick here. Somebody. Okay, you know what? Everybody's favorite.
Pacquiao.
There you go.
Pacquiao.
You read my mind, man. There we go. Pacquiao. In 2 years. Yeah. Does he stay or does he go?
He'll be undisputed.
Oh, no.
No, he'll be retired, man. I think he'll be retired.
I'm gonna recognize he'll be retired.
He'll be a 9 division champion by then.
I mean,
he'll go to 160 and beat Mongia.
He'll fight Andrade and beat him. Andrade's chinny.
Yeah, because he's not gonna be fighting Errol Spence anytime soon. Well, actually, he has more of a chance of fighting Spence than he has of fighting Crawford. And at this point in their careers,
that's what it seems like. Yeah, it seems like he would more fight that guy because it's in-house. So, he works with the PBC. He's got a little deal with them, and so that fight could happen. I don't know if they're too confident right now because of what happened to Spence. Because with the whole injury shit that he has, I don't know if Spence is going to be the same, man. I don't know.
Man, Pacquiao's going to knock the 2 milligrams of brains out he got left, bro.
Jeez, Louise. I mean,
I don't know, man.
You guys are going
All
hard.
Depends on how Spence reacts to a punch.
Yeah,
didn't mean to cut you off, BDA, but
Sorry,
it all depends how Spence reacts to the punch and how he just looks and moves at the weight.
That's a very good point. The other thing is they're talking about Pacquiao versus Mikey Garcia. They're talking about him versus Danny Garcia. So as long as he stays away from a rejuvenated and healthy Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, I still see Manny Pacquiao. In fact, Amak PvP said that if Pacquiao goes on to 140, he sees him as being undisputed down there. So people are high on Manny Pacquiao. Let me go to the chat room real quick, guys. I already saw some people saying gone. It's time to step up or put up or shut up, as they say. So what do you guys think? Within 2 years, is Manny Pacquiao going to have another loss? Or is he just going to be adding more gravy to an already plump turkey that is his career? You guys let me know. Come on.
I think he loses maybe one time and just retires. He could get knocked out again. Yeah.
He'll be done with boxing.
So everybody is saying then, gone, baby, gone. All right. Hold on a second. Because it's interesting. When's the last time a guy started off at a world class level? Because when he beat Barrera, he beat him when he was 24 years old when he beat Barrera, and now he's in his fourth. But Hopkins, for example, he only really started beating up the best, the world class best, when he was 36. So yeah, he went on in there when he was.
He beat Keith Holmes. Remember, he beat Keith Holmes. Then he beat Trinidad. That's where his resume started to grow. Like that's where at 36, bro.
Bernard here. Listen, but everybody wants to shit on Golovkin's title reign. Go look at Bernard's IBF title reign, bro. And if you you gonna tell me Antoine fucking Eccles is better than like a Daniel Gill?
He fought him 3 times or twice.
Antoine Eccles is good though.
He had power.
He fought him 3 times though. Like, come on.
He was a
he fought Robert Allen. I want to say.
Robert Allen.
Yeah, he fought him. That was like unnecessary, but yeah.
Imagine if Golovkin fought Gill 3 times.
Well, first of all, my point. Sorry, but my point wasn't to get into a Bernard Hopkins conversation. I was only saying that he started beating the world class guys at 36, and so he went into his 40s. But Pacquiao's been beating world class guys since he was in his 20s, mid 20s. So the fact that he's still now at 40 beating up younger world class foes, that trumps anything. I mean, that trumps Bernard Hopkins right there. So I don't. The reason I brought that up is I don't remember a guy who started off beating so many guys in his 20s and continued to do so in his 40s. I don't know. But so that's pretty impressive.
Especially the boxing style, he's just like a little bunny rabbit. The speed, he still got the speed. Sorry.
Yeah, he does.
Voice here, man.
All right.
The speed's not what it was, but it's still there. That's what it is.
People are asking me.
His speed, his prime is abnormal. So and now that it's slowing down, it's still pretty, good.
That's what Keith Thurman said. That's like his biggest weapon. He hits hard coming from such a small guy, but combine that with the speed. That's what all his opponents say about him.
Absolutely, man. I mean, when he dropped Thurman in that first round, that was, if all fights for Pacquiao right now were just 1 round or 3, believe me, he'd be winning most of them. The problem against Thurman was, and I don't know why most people didn't see it, but it's the truth. He started slowing down significantly in that fight. And I remember thinking, man, if this would have been 5 years ago, I think he would have stopped Keith Thurman. But that's the main problem with Pacquiao is it's like it happens with all great fighters. Every old great fighter can still do the things he did when he was young. He just can't do it.
And these were guys that used to talk. Keith Thurman was a guy who used to talk shit about Pacquiao. So I thought it was fucking poetic when he beat him up at an old age. I'm like, dude, he would have murked you. He would have murked you 5 years ago. Let's not even talk about when he first went up to like welterweight and junior welterweight. He would have murdered you back then, bro.
Yeah. And that's the impressive thing. It's because Keith Thurman, I know people like to make fun of him, blah, blah, blah. They like to talk about his injuries. In fact, Thurman now has come out and said, it's because I wasn't 100%. Listen, Thurman is very good, but Pacquiao is special, man. It's special. There's levels in boxing, man. Right now, Keith Thurman, for a while, he was on top, but that's because he wasn't fighting a guy like Pacquiao. That's what makes it so podcast so impressive.
I wasn't at my best. He said, "Boy, you twice that man's size and you're 10 years younger than him. There ain't no excuses for that shit."
Absolutely.
Yeah, you wasn't at your best, but neither was the guy you were fighting. The guy that beat you up.
Exactly. Keep your listen. I always say this, man. Keep your excuses to yourself, man. You lost. You lost.
The reason I think he gets knocked out eventually is because, like, you're kind of saying, BDA, that he's if he starts losing rounds now, if he starts off with the lead but then starts losing rounds, he's not gonna want to give it up. He's gonna go out on the shield, like that round he gave Horn, or the last fight with Marcus. He stepped it up because he didn't want to give up the fight, and he's gonna give somebody hell in that fight. If he's losing because he starts losing rounds, he's gonna go for the knockout. He'll eventually get knocked out. He ain't gonna want to give up that fight.
You just might be correct, man. That fighting spirit can be both a strength and a hindrance. Now, listen, people in the chat room were saying, do Thurman. I'm not going to do Thurman because I don't fly that way. But before that, also, people told us before Thurman to actually talk about Spence. So let's talk about the aforementioned Errol Spence. And Butch always puts him in black and white as if he's a dead character in GTA 4. Guys, what do you think? Errol Spence, 2 years. Does he stay or does he go? This is an interesting one.
He'll be around because he's going to maximize his returns. He's going to take a lot of tune-up fights to get back into boxing.
But Gonzalo, sorry. Gonzalo, let me just explain what's going on here, because we're saying not necessarily if he's still going to be around or retired. We're saying, is he going to be, in 2 years, is he going to have a loss, or is he still going to be where he is right now, undefeated? That's the main question.
That's not Terrence Crawford, in my opinion.
What, Bucho? What did you say?
Go ahead, Bucho.
Well, what's the question? If he's gonna have a loss, or is he gonna be a champion still? I mean,
it's all of that.
In the next 2 years, the Terrence Crawford fight will happen. Maybe around 18 months. And if he takes that fight, I believe Terrence Crawford will win. A lot of people think Errol Spence will win.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that
he's coming out of a car crash, so I don't even know, man.
I'm starting to lean towards Crawford if they were to fight in the next 2 years. Right now,
the Crawford fight will never happen, because by the time they do get around to making it, Crawford's going to be 36, and then by that time nobody should, but people are stupid, but nobody should care anymore, but they will.
Yeah,
they'll fight at 154 at some point after both of them are gonna have losses and would have fought somebody else, and it's gonna be just a fight that is gonna happen just because it had to happen.
I don't think
not at the right time. Obviously.
No, I don't think he's gonna be around BDA. I think he's gonna they're gonna throw him in there with some Momo. He's gonna slap him up in 2 rounds. Then they're going to throw him in there with Pacquiao. He's going to get slapped up by Pacquiao, crash his car again, and retire.
Oh, wait a minute. You know what, man? I hope I hope it doesn't happen.
I second that.
You second that? All right.
I think I'm gonna have to agree with Johnny Boy. I'm not saying that that's exactly what's gonna happen. He's gonna get. What I'm saying is that I don't trust him anymore, bro. I don't. And I was pretty high on him after the Porter fight, and I don't feel that way anymore. I know that when you start playing with the man's teeth and the jawline, that's your strength, bro. As that starts to break a little bit, you're not the same. I don't care what anybody tells you. You're not the same anymore. Once you start losing some teeth in the back, and then he's lost some in the front. Like that's, I don't know if he'll be able to take a hit again. And he wasn't, when I say that I was impressed with Spence after the Porter fight, he took a beating, bro, in that fight. He took a nice beating in that fight. He gave one back, but you go look at his face. You could tell this man was under a lot of stress, but he was looking on the up and up. It was looking like, okay, he'd been in that, he got into that war and he came out of it and he showed that he can give it as well as he can take it.
Mm-hmm.
But now with this injury and all that, I mean, how can you be totally confident in him? I'm going to say no. In 2 years, I think he takes a loss. He might still be around, but he's not the same He doesn't have that same aura.
You know, let me just add one more thing to this real quick. I told everybody, because you know how Keith Thurman's been playing around with his injuries and he shows up every 18 months and whatever. That's going to be Errol Spence from this point forward. He's the 2020 version of Keith Thurman, bro.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah,
it's interesting. Yeah, and go ahead.
And also, like in 2 years from now, if he goes up to 154, and what's happening now that, you know, every other month there's a new champion and nobody's winning consistently, who's to tell me Spence is going to go there and dominate? He'll just be like another regular guy.
You guys make a very compelling point, man, about the injuries, about the behavior. Especially Errol, the way Reckon I said it, he sounded like he was talking about a guy that cheated on him or something. I don't trust him anymore, you know? You know, Janine, I don't trust him.
No, I feel with Spence, it's just that he's becoming a disappointment. You know, like he's just becoming somebody that all the shit that he was doing, it caught up with him. You know, it kind of caught up with him. He's not a terrible person, but you know that I'm aware of. But he made mistakes, and this mistake right here might cost his career.
Absolutely,
you know, that might cause the long term of it.
Absolutely, it will remain to be seen if he can continue doing what he did before. By the way, let's go to the phone lines real quick. Let's go to 77. Hold on a second. 773. You're on the air. 773.
You guys are letting your hatred for Errol Spence cloud your judgment.
Wait a minute.
There's no way Pacquiao beats Errol
Wait a
Spence.
minute.
Errol Spence would destroy Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao, he beats Keith Thurman, and you think that means he could beat Errol Spence or Crawford? Get real, dude. And you're talking about the accident. That accident could have been a much worse than it was. I mean, it was cosmetic damages. It wasn't as bad as people make it out to be. He got rolled over, and he turned out to be okay. It wasn't like he freaking fractured his back or broke his spine or something. It wasn't as bad. He'll make a full recovery. Manny Pacquiao, you think he's going to beat freaking Errol Spence? He's 40 years old, and because he lost to Jeff Horn. You think Errol Spence would ever lose to Jeff Horn? I don't care about the judges. He would never even give him the opportunity to be robbed. He would beat him down so bad that they wouldn't have a choice but to give him the decision. You guys, come on.
Kevin. First of all,
just like the other side.
Kevin,
You're not
why
calling
are
it down the middle? You're letting your hatred cloud your judgment.
Kevin? I got to ask you first of all, why does it sound like you're calling from a construction site?
Yes.
The News Fair Park Ridge.
Park Ridge.
Tulsi.
All right, I got you. You do what you got to do, man. But listen, what do you guys think about what he said? You guys think we're making too much of Errol Spence's injury and
maybe we are.
Maybe not. We don't know. We haven't seen him in the ring. We can make a judgment. I can see the video, and it looks crazy.
I'll say this to Kevin. He makes a good point. Like, if you had to ask me, the Errol Spence before the accident versus Manny Pacquiao, I got Errol Spence. Yeah, I'm with him on that. The problem is that I don't know what kind of Errol Spence is right now. So we're basically basing it on what he was the last time we saw him. I hope Kevin is right because the kid does have talent. He's a good fighter, and so I hope he can just for like good boxing fights, hopefully, that he's the same person. But I think most of us have the right to be a little concerned. I mean, the guy got into a horrible fucking that should have killed him. He's lucky he's not dead or lost a fucking leg or arm or something like that.
You know what, man? You know what? Because we don't know. He looks fine walking around, but we don't know if when he's hitting the bag, there's a certain strain on his back. We don't know if he has to stop sparring or jogging or something because his knees are bad or something. We don't know all of that. Those could be big factors that he's hiding.
Yeah. And I slightly disagree with something Kevin said, although he might be right. I think that you can't discount because he had one battle against Jeff Horn. You can't discount all the great fighters that he's fought because you can make a case that he's beat a lot of great fighters. So just to mention, because he's strong. with Jeff Horn, you think that Errol Spence will struggle with Jeff Horn? Nah, because he's fought a lot of great fighters. But he is 40 years old, so I think he's right, but I just slightly disagree that just because of the Jeff Horn fight, that's going to happen to him.
Well, I was going to ask Kevin for his reply, but I think the line cut off or something. Call back, Kevin, if you have something to say about that. But yeah, listen, at the end of the day, it's all speculation. We, like Bucho said, he could be okay, he couldn't. Maybe he's bad. Maybe he's got a nagging injury. We don't know. We need to see him back in action.
I don't like the clout of the accusation that we hate Spence. First of all, if you ever listen to me, I've always said I like Spence. I just don't overhype him. That's all.
Wait, did Kevin say we hated him?
A good video, and we were talking about it before too. You know, those teeth he got screwed on just recently. Those things go into like the actual jaw. You know, you can't get one of those teeth knocked out like if you go in there too early because they're gonna break off your face. They're gonna break off your face.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's just pretty like extensive surgery. It's not something simple.
And the procedure actually takes a good long while before. Some dentists even tell you no jogging or any type of thing that even impacting of from jogging and all that, it could cause a displacement or an error or generally just screw up this procedure. So imagine taking a punch to the face. I mean, it's my goodness gracious.
That's right.
That's
his
right. Mentality. Like, once he gets hit, would he just shell up or give up? Because he's like, he might be feeling great now, but once he gets tapped on his chin, like there might be some certain type of pain, or he might not be sure of himself anymore, so he might fight a different style. So he needs to take that into account.
Another good point. Yeah, we don't know, man. I mean, maybe he's not going to be... I think he's going to be confident, though, because he looks like a psycho to me. Errol Spence looks like the type of guy that will, fight or die until the end. By the way, before we continue, guys, let's go to 858. Hold on a second. 858, you're on the line. 858.
Can you hear me? Edward, hello?
Yeah, we can hear you, man. Can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, so I kind of just wanted to respond on the earlier talking about the Spence. I don't think he can use a Jeff Horn fight as a kind of a measuring stick to see if Pac could beat him because Spence could have knocked out Mikey Garcia, but he didn't. So for me, obviously, I still think Spence would be a favorite just because he's a big guy, younger guy. But to say that just because he didn't beat Jeff Horn, he couldn't beat Spence, I think. Not a good comparison, but still think it'd be a good fight.
Yeah, that's a good point because people make it seem out to be as if Jeff Horn schooled Manny Pacquiao. It's
Right. Let's not forget something. Most people thought Pacquiao won, and Jeff Horn spent a weekend in the hospital. Like, so it wasn't as clear cut as people are trying to make it out to be. I mean, he hurt Jeff Horn pretty bad.
And Bob Arum had just thrown Manny Pacquiao under the bus too.
Yeah. Well, okay, caller, what did you want to say?
Oh, no, I was just going to say, at the end of the day, it's obvious that Spence is going to be favored when they fight, whether he had the accident or not. But to say that Pacquiao has no chance, I think you got to be pretty out there. So, but hopefully that it happens. I don't know if Pac will still be around, but if not that, then they got to do the proper Spence fight for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. So, now that we have you on the line, what do you think in regards? What do you think about Errol Spence? Then, does he in 2 years down the line, is he going to have a supremacy over the welterweight division, or is he going to have a loss?
It just depends on who he lets him fight. If he's able to beat whoever he fights the next, I guess, 2 fights or so, I could see him moving up in weight. Not to avoid anyone at welterweight, but just because he's such a big guy, that he'll probably at some point he'll have to move up just because he won't be able to get down to 147. But I could see him being the top guy after a couple years.
All right, there you go. So that he thinks Errol Spence has a shot at continuing to stay here. Listen, caller, we're going to move on. because also there's a lot of background noise on your end, so it's kind of hard to hear you. But call back next time, and thank you for your contribution. All right, man.
All right, thank you.
Good call.
Thanks.
Thank you, man. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your call. Okay, so let's get down to it then. Errol Spence, does he? So you guys are saying? I think most of you said he's got to go.
I don't think he'll be on top in 2 years.
Now, you know what? This could also mean, though, when we say stay or go, it could also mean, like the caller said, maybe he moves up. He's no longer at the top of the welterweight division because he moves up a division. So that could be a go.
That's possible too. That's possible too.
That's
but
right.
I think he's going to meet a lot of resistance. Those are big dudes at 154. A lot of these guys could be middle. Shit, some of them could be even fucking super middleweight. So
yeah, that's right. And nobody's dominating there. Recognize that 154, it's wide open. So what makes you think, right? Not to you, but I'm just saying that at 154 he's going to dominate.
Yeah.
No, it sounded like you were calling Recognize out a little bit there. Just a little bit.
Oh yeah, a little bit.
Little bit.
I mean, I'm just saying. All right, so listen.
I'm just saying.
Now you're just saying. I got you. So you guys are saying Errol Spence is gonna go.
Yeah, and by the way, G Boogie's telling me to tell Recognize that Errol Spence Jr. is going to be like Chuck Liddell after his surgery, Glass Joe.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
Did he actually say that?
I don't know.
I'm just gonna say this. I think it's impossible for him to make 147 in 2 years.
Yeah, for sure. He's gonna have a hard time. Damn, I sounded like Jimmy. I said hard.
He's gonna be going hard. Can you imagine? Okay, but here's the other thing. Let me go to the chat room real quick. LDBC Killer says goner. Boxing virus is gone. Gone.
LDBC Killer.
Puros putazos says Spence el borracho. Oh, come on, man. I mean, come on. Virtuoso, shout out to Virtuoso, says Spence stays. My team over here says PBC will make Spence versus Hurd a pay-per-view. Well, it's that guy that said earlier that he said, oh yeah, Leo Santa Cruz versus Abner Mares for the Soul of Mexico title. I'm scared. For the fucking third fight, man. But what else was I going to say? All right, so shout out to you guys then. You guys are saying gone. We did put him as gone. Listen, I will say this, however. Errol Spence is one of my favorite fighters, man. He's very tough. And if he's healthy, I would change my mind and I would put stay. But it's not just me.
If he's for like almost the same guy from his last fight, yeah, I got confidence that Spence takes over.
Mm-hmm.
Within 2 years, there'll be new champions. There'll be a reshuffling of the division. I think Virgil Ortiz will be champion, and maybe that Jaron Ennis Boots guy. He'll be a force to be reckoned with.
Jaron Ennis, though, don't he look like a fucking, almost like a middleweight?
He's a big dude, huh?
Jaron Ennis had a brother that boxed too. I just forget his fucking name. I think it was Derek Ennis or something like that. They're from Philly.
Yeah. But hold on, what's how do you spell this guy's the one that you mentioned, the former?
Jaron.
Jaron. What type of name is that?
Yeah,
Jaron. Jaron.
Hey, yo, Jaron. When's that next package coming in? Yo. Okay, hold on.
Yo, J-Ron. I could imagine they call him Yo, J-Ron.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. How do you spell his name? Jaron or J-Ron?
I think it's with the Jaron.
First of all, that record is about as good as he gets. 25-0, 23 knockouts. Now, I know he hasn't really fought anybody, 22 years old, but nevertheless, fantastic record there.
So he's 5'10", right?
Yeah. 5'10", yes.
74-inch arm reach. Yeah, he's a big welterweight.
That's extremely long, man. 74.
He's got the same measurements as Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yeah, that's true, huh? That is absolutely true. Hold on a second. I want to see some photos of, because I can't play video obviously, but I want to see how his technique looks when he punches. Yeah, I've seen this guy before. Yeah, sometimes I forget. You watch so much boxing, you forget who's who. I don't know, man. I mean, we're gonna see, man. He's with the PBC, right?
Yeah.
All right. Johnny Boy just contributed to the cause. Shout out to Johnny Boy, who says Spence will be on top of his. Spence will be on top of his car roof in 2 years. Come on, man. I mean, why are people so aggressive today, man? Is there a full moon tonight?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Is there a full moon tonight? Is that what's going on?
Leave Spence alone, man. Leave him alone.
Shout out, Johnny Boy.
The funniest thing was yeah, sorry, BDA, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just saying shout out. Thanks again, Johnny Boy. Go ahead, Gonzalo.
That when he had the car wreck, that they found him on the other side of the street.
I'm only laughing because he survived. Okay, that's the only reason why I'm laughing.
Oh, come on, be honest. You would have left harder if he would have died.
Nah, man, that would have been fucked up, bro. I mean, he's a young. I mean, listen, I would have said, man, he's stupid, but that would have been tragic, man.
¿Me hace decir mentira a mí? ¿Eh? ¿A mí me hace mentira? All right.
Compartiendo un jumbo.
Marisela, su esposa. My goodness gracious. How
Compartiendo una chicken cutlet.
Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner and Tank Davis compartiendo.
Y él se la va a meter por el culo.
Ese lo va a meter por el culo. Hágame un favor y coge ese cuchillo y se lo mete donde se merece.
Okay, yo, Recognize has a good memory, man. He remembered that whole fucking line, his lines just from one viewing, and he remembers the whole fucking line. The scene, I should say, rather.
It's a natural talent. I got natural talent. What do you want from me?
It's extra talent. You're not even working on it. It's just there.
It's just there.
There you go. Now, speaking of being just there, let's go to a couple. We're almost done here.
BDA, can I mention something really, really fast?
Whoa. Jeez.
47-pound division.
Yeah, but just take it easy. Go ahead.
Yeah. The 140-pounders are also going to move up in 2 years. Within 2 years.
Yeah.
Because they're big boys. Yeah. They're big, Yeah. Sure.
Absolutely.
I missed. No, that's okay, but I missed which division you talked about because there was a discussion.
140, he said.
140.
140 are going to go up to 47, and Errol Spence and all them guys, they might be in for a tough time. If they still remain, which I don't think they will.
Yeah, I think you're right, man, because even Josh Taylor has already said that he wants to move up. In fact, I think he might be overlooking some of his future opponents for a big payday at welterweight. So, at least with Josh Taylor, you are correct. I think a lot of those guys will be moving up. Let me check the phone lines here.
Next.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Okay, so
yeah.
Who else, man? Who's next? You guys give me a division. Just anything that comes to mind. Don't think about it. Just spit it out.
You mean? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm saying just
140 pounds.
One man, just randomly.
140 pounds.
140 pounds. Okay.
One of my favorites.
All right, fantastic. 140 pounds. Hold on. Okay, because now I got a fucking. Okay,
yeah, that's the problem. Just grab one.
There we go. Regis Prograis.
In 2 years?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll say Prograis is going to be around.
Can he get a belt to 147?
That's a good question. Can he?
He could crack.
He looks a bit small for a welterweight, no?
You know something? He could crack, and he's got decent boxing skills. The defense could definitely be picked up. Like he could pick up some shit in the defense department. But I'm gonna say he's you know what? In 2 years, he's still a very viable contender at 147. If not, win a belt.
So you think he doesn't stay at 140?
No.
No, me neither.
That's interesting, man. That's interesting because I would have thought, and I want to run this by you guys. This guy has a tremendous work ethic. I mean, the stamina that he showed against Josh Taylor was fantastic. So, but you think he moves by decision or because he can't make the weight anymore?
I think
for bigger fights, money,
bigger fights, and not only that, he probably will realize he probably could still make it, but he's gonna make a decision on how he feels best, and 147 will probably make him feel better.
Mm-hmm.
And the money's there, like like you guys said.
Yeah. Is my volume too high? I'm just asking.
No, it's okay. It's okay, man.
Okay. Sorry.
Stays. He stays.
Stays?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And I wanted to mention something here, and I want to get your opinion on this too, because I really had the inclination of going out to jog this summer and work my way up, because what's his name? Prograis was doing that for his training. He runs with construction boots on. But then, since this guy that got shot over there in Georgia, he was running with construction boots. I'm being serious, man. I'm being serious. So now I'm afraid, because there's where I live, they're building a whole bunch of condos every fucking week, and there's a lot of construction.
I hope nothing happens to Prograis, man. You got to be careful.
No, but I'm the fuck Prograis. I'm talking about me. Fuck Prograis. I'm talking about myself. Should I go running with boots or not? No, fuck Prograis. What about me, Mr. BDA? Come on.
Look, it's not a good idea to run with boots on. You don't go jogging with boots on. That'll fuck your feet up. Okay.
That's the point.
But that should. Well, I mean, what's the point?
No, but I'm saying that's the point. You build up to it, and then once you get your shins strong and you get your fucking calves ready, like you got those thigh calves.
No, Bucho. I mean, BDA. You could do something else. You could put weights there. You don't put boots on. It fucks up your heel. It fucks up the side of your foot.
Okay.
It's not a good idea.
Flexible. Yeah, no.
To think that some people buy real expensive tennis shoes just to be comfortable, right?
Listen, I've ran for a reason with boots on, and there was a reason why I was running. I'm telling you, that shit is heavy.
I did some training with the military boots, but those are different. You can actually buy some real nice ones.
That's what I wanted to ask you, Gonzalo, because you were in the service, and I read people sometimes. I was watching a YouTube video one time, and this guy was answering questions about, because I think you gotta, depending on also which branch of the military you go in, you gotta do a test of run. I don't know how many miles within how many minutes. And some guy was saying, should I run with the military boots on as practice? And the guy goes, yeah, but you got to build up to it. So it's interesting that military boots, you're saying those you can, they're a little more forgiving than fucking construction.
Okay, images, like I'm pretty sure Gonzalo did it, right? They use those, they use their boots to do that. Like, it's like a orchestrated run. Mm-hmm. You're not running too fast. You're running like in a straight line almost. That kind of
in the shuffle.
Yeah.
All right. By the way, so because I'm sorry, because it's my fault.
Boogie was in the military too.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, he told us. I don't know if you guys remember, but when we were doing the show for the build up to what's it called, the Fury Wilder rematch, he told us he would, when he was in the military, he loved to prove the drill instructors wrong, and he would just do shit so that they would drop him, make him do push-ups, and he would just pump those push-ups out to make fun of him. I'm thinking, how many fucking push-ups was this guy doing throughout his military service? Goodness gracious. That's his story.
Boogie was a breakdancer. Those dudes they're fucking strong, bro. Because they stand on their hands, they do all that shit, man. They're strong dudes.
Yeah, the core strength, man. Core strength. Okay, real quick. So what did we say with Prograis? Because we got sidetracked here with my question about running with boots on. We said stay, right?
Yeah.
In terms of winning, not necessarily whether he moves up, but stays. Yeah, okay. All right. Let's do one last name. All right, one last name. I leave it up to the crowd. Who do you guys want? Who do we do next?
Just run with big one.
No, I said the crowd, Bucho. Come on.
The crowd source is the best.
That's right.
You decide.
You decide. It's up to you. Come on. Let us have
it. We like Burger King over here.
Crawford,
we like Burger King.
We put a little music.
Roner.
Who do you want? Who's next? Who's going to stay? Who's going to go into your come on down?
Usyk and Crawford. Usyk. Oh, it's the same guy saying Usyk. Okay. You can only vote once, man. Jesus.
Oh my goodness! All right.
All right, Wilder.
All right, let's end with a bang then. The favorite, Butch's favorite.
Let's do it.
Yep. Hold on a second. Let me just get rid of Prograis here. Got to put him in the finished bin because we're done with him. Where's Wilder? Where's Wilder? Hold on a
Uh
second.
oh. This is gonna be the. This is one that might get Brotherhood to come in.
Deontay the Bronze
Good old
Bomber
Brotherhood.
Wilder.
I say he's not around.
2 years, man. No. I think he has like 2 fights left. The Fury trilogy and then another loss, and that's it. Mentally, I don't think he's all there anymore.
Come on, guys. Somebody. Okay, listen. Hold on. I'll give you time to let this marinate inside your noggins.
He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. The injuries.
Yeah, I think. I say he's gone in 2 years. You know, I'm not saying he'll be totally retired, but he won't be a force in 2 years.
No, because I think he's a prideful type of person, and if he's not a champion, he's not gonna linger around.
Yeah,
that's right. Why catch more losses?
Yeah,
catch more losses, and then you were champion, but then your legacy gets like really tarnished.
Look, there's 2 possible big fights he can have, and then he'll probably be done. Right? There's two things. If he could fight Fury now, or take a what you call it, step aside money.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he could. Well, yeah, he could take step aside money and a tune up, and get the winner of Tyson Fury and AJ. Especially if AJ wins, you could see him like definitely saying, "Fuck, I want to make this fight," because it could be a lot of money too. I mean, the second fight's going to be a lot. The third fight will be a lot of money as well. But if, like, let's say he takes step aside money, he goes in there and he knocks some fucking dude out. And you know, like, there's interest for him again, because the last time we saw him, he's getting beat up, as in compared to a tune-up where he's knocking out another guy, puts his name back in the.
All right, so that's a fantastic breakdown right there. Before we get to you, Gonzalo and Bucho, let's go to the last call of the day, of the evening rather. I think it's Virtuoso. 929, you're on the air, 929.
Hey, good evening, fellas.
Good evening, man. Is it? Yes, Virtuoso. Okay.
I'm chilling. All right, before I get to who I think is going to stay in 2 years, I just want to bring up a little story. I'm hearing that Pacquiao and Crawford is most likely going to be in discussion about a fight in Saudi Arabia or Macau. I did a quick Google search, and they're saying that they're discussing the fight as we speak. You know.
Yeah, because I read an article that said. Just real quick, I read an article that Bob Arum is saying he wants to stage fights in front of crowds, but he can't do it in the United States yet. He doesn't think so. Yeah, he said Macau because he's already done events there, or I forget which other Asian country he mentioned. But yeah, you read that too, huh? It's interesting.
Yeah. So here's a fighter that I think is gonna, is gonna stay, and from 2 years from now. You're going to laugh at this. Adrian the Problem Broner. His drawing power has diminished. You know, he's a shit talker. You know, there's that too. But never underestimate the power of the legal system. That dude is still going to have cases. Probably still have cases from a couple years ago. Who knows? That he's going to have to solve. That he's going to have to pay off his lawyers. So whatever problems he's still gonna have, man, he's gonna have to deal with, especially with this coronavirus thing. So, and being that he's already like 30 years old, yeah, he's gonna be there for a while.
That's an interesting point, man. That's an interesting point. So you're saying out of financial necessity, he will stay. But now the main question though was, does he stay with a win or does he stay with a loss? You think that out of financial necessity, they're gonna match him up tough and he will have losses?
Oh, he's going to have losses for sure.
There you go. All right, there you go. Yeah, I think
he cares mostly about the money than he does about the world at this point.
Yeah, definitely, man. I think him, and don't forget the fucking child support. This guy's got like what, 9 kids or something like that? Something
stupid, yeah.
Child support, assault cases, he's got to pay off his lawyers.
Listen, nothing against you. Want to have 9 kids, have 9 kids. But what we're saying here is he's gonna have to. And you know how the United States is with child support. I mean, you miss a payment, whatever, boom, your ass is grass. And especially with Adrian Broner, who's got priors. So yeah, I think Virtuoso. That's a very, very good point, man. That's a very good point. Now let me ask you.
Yeah,
this,
he likes underage girls too. So you gotta be careful with that.
Allegedly.
Oh gosh. Allegedly.
Virtuoso, let me ask you, because we're talking about Deontay Wilder. Within 2 years, do you think he's going to get another loss, or is he going to rise like the phoenix from the ashes and get revenge on Tyson Fury, or maybe get a big win against other guys?
I think he's going to get a win over a no-name.
No-name?
I think some of these PBC fighters, they fight down to their level, and then eventually their drawing power is going to diminish because the fans are going to be disinterested. You know, it's time for a new wave of fighters. And PBC got to get younger. So that's the way I look at it.
All right, there you go. That's a good point, man. That's a very good point. All right, listen. So I think we didn't get to Gonzalo. Gonzalo, who did you say? Wilder versus Wilder. Does he stay in 2 years with a loss or with a win?
He's out because he's in a lose-lose situation. He didn't face the tough guys when he was in his prime. So what makes everybody think this he's going to fight him when he's even older and more injured? And if he does fight, look, it'll be against, like what the caller, I think is Virtuoso said, that it'll be against no-namers. But that hurts. That hurts his career. Because you know how, like, for example, there's like this Mexican fighter, Jose Luis Ramirez, that had a lot of fights but didn't really face a lot of names. His legacy wasn't good enough to get into the Hall of Fame. So think about Wilder. He's got like 45 fights, for example, against no-namers and only like one name, and he tied against that guy and lost. The only real victories were against Ortiz. That kind of like makes his resume look even weaker. The more tune-up and no-namers he fights, the less important his resume stands.
That's a very good point right there. Bucho, what do you think, man? 2 years down the line, does he stay or does he go?
He's gone.
All right.
Listen, I think he has 2 fights left. Like I said, this guy's he's too prideful. He has a lot of pride, and he won't be a contender. I think he'll lose, and then he'll retire, and he'll think back to the days where he was a champion and he was knocking everybody out. Well, everybody, whoever they put in front of him, and that's gonna be pretty much it. He's also 34, 35 this year, I believe.
Yep.
I think he'll be gone, and this is the right time to retire. Listen, I don't understand why now we're pushing the retirement age in boxing to like 42 or something. It's usually supposed to be around mid-30s, so he's right at that time.
But don't forget, though, heavyweights they age better.
Money, Bucho.
Yeah, true.
Don't forget, the heavyweights can go a little bit longer than flyweights and all that. So and he's got power, and they always say power.
Let's start with George Foreman. Fuck. I mean, look at Ali getting Alzheimer's and shit. I don't know if you got it from that, but Parkinson's. Sorry. And now listen. Even when Larry Holmes, when he fought Tyson, he was washed up, right? How old was he?
He was 34, 30. No, 35, 36.
Riddick Bowe, wasn't he like really, really young?
Yeah, he was young too, but here's the main problem with Wilder. The problem with Wilder is that everybody's going to jump on him now. His first opponent, I suspect, is going to jump on him, try to get him out of there. Now, he still has a pretty tricky style. He's got good reflexes. He's taller than most people, so he can keep him at bay just by fucking doing the lean back. But when it comes to age, like you said, man, 2 years down the line, he's going to be 36. Those reflexes are not going to get any better. And what he can get away with now, defensively, and with his defensive lapses, I don't think he's going to be able to get away with it down the line. So 2 years,
he just took a beating. It wasn't just a loss. It was a beating. It was mental, physical, mental, you name it. So that you have to take that into account.
He got absolutely destroyed. So I don't know if he could, mentally come back from that.
That's right.
Remember, this is a guy who exceeded expectations in terms of money. He exceeded. He came in there and said, if I could just become a journeyman and make some money for my family, I'm good with that. So if you came in there with that mindset and you made the money he made, this is a guy that could be very easily say, "Yo, I've made way more money than I thought I was going to make. I'm good. I'm done with boxing."
That's a good point. That's a good point. Virtuoso, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I just found out yesterday that Oliver McCall was fighting, up until last year. Even though he had a 4-year layoff, it really took me off guard that Oliver McCall's still fighting, and all of a sudden he wants to face Mike Tyson.
That's insane. He wants everybody wants that Tyson payday, but it's not even going to be an actual fight from what I hear. If Tyson does come back, it's going to be some sort of exhibition. So, I mean, listen, McCall, what is he, 53 now? Or older than that?
53. Mike's going to be in June or July.
Hold on, let me check it out, man, because now we got to get to the bottom of this now before we go. Oliver McCall is 55. Jeez Louise. That is insane. That is absolutely insane that he's still fighting. Now, as long as he's not fighting any, youngins, that's okay. But nevertheless, look at that, 55 years old from Chicago, Illinois.
55?
Yeah.
Oliver McCall. Oliver McCall, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so listen. So Deontay Wilder, you guys said go. Am I right?
Yeah, I don't think he'll be by. If he's around, he's not a top. He's not one of the top guys anymore. More likely.
All right, Deontay Wilder will go. All right, listen, Virtuoso, anything else you want to say before we let you go?
No, man, I got nothing else, man. But thanks for taking my call, guys. You guys have a nice night.
Well, you too, man, and thank you for calling. Really appreciate your call and your contribution here. Okay, so listen, that's Deontay Wilder. We said he's a gunner. He's got to go. All right.
Got to go, buddy.
Got to go. No, well, okay, so Wilder, he's on the go list. So that's where we're at right now there, guys. Let's just go back to the list real quick. Mongia, 2 years down the line, will still be here with a winning record. So will Virgil Ortiz Jr., although you guys maintained he might not be able to get some of the big fights at welterweight. Luis Neri is going to stay. Caleb Plant is going to stay with a winning record. Artur Beterbiev, winning record. Francisco Estrada, winning record. Prograis, winning record. Guys who will not survive the next 2 years without a loss. Gary Russell Jr., because he's slowing down and he only fights twice a year, so you never know when that's going to catch up with him. Manny Pacquiao, by virtue of his age. Errol Spence, because we're not sure how the accident is going to affect him. And Deontay Wilder, because, well, he's already in his mid-30s and his hand speed and reflexes are not going to get any better. So, again, this is all just speculation. We don't have a crystal ball.
Yeah, it's all speculation, man. It could go the other way around.
Exactly. Absolutely. Now, listen, guys, thank you for joining us. But before... What's that?
Don't come back to us 2 years later. Say, I told you Wilder's going to be there.
Yeah, when we're in the hospital like Stu and our wife is giving birth to our children and people were texting him, I told you if Kell Brook was going to lose. Like, what?
Talk about Kell Brook.
Yeah. All right, listen, before we go, let's leave with a little bit of some of the best acting and some of the best Spanish from a non-Spanish speaker ever on Hollywood.
Oh, I don't like to micromanage. You find the talent and then you delegate. Who the hell knows what Eddie's up to? He's got a lot of fingers, a lot of pies.
What the fuck are you looking at? Yeah, you. Were you deaf or something? You don't hear me?
Oh, I hear you fine.
Yeah? So get the fuck out of my car if you hear me fine.
Why? I didn't know it was your car. I'm having a good time here.
Now, I ain't asking you, motherfucker. I'm telling you to get the fuck out of my fucking car then. Shit, jump. Chill, man. Chill, man. I'm gonna cut your fucking throat on, man. Fuck that shit.
Maricela, su esposa. Il momento che salite dell'appartamento, ella stava arriba con Carlos. Mira, amigo, están en la pipa fumando crema. Están en la cocina compartiendo un jumbo.
Right. I'm not going to play the whole fucking scene, man, but I think you get the point. Watch The Devil's Advocate. Just right.
He looked like he before he even finished, he was snatching the Spanish dude's fucking soul away.
Yeah, just right.
I have a feeling he always had a feeling about Carlos.
Yeah, he always. Yeah,
whoever Carlos is.
That's a good point. That's a fucking good observation. It's like he already he didn't tell him anything he didn't already know. He went off what he already suspected. That's why it worked. There was a benefit of the doubt in there. That's a good fucking point. See, that's how you know Recognize has lived a couple of years in this life. He knows.
Listen, I've been around the block, man. I've been around the block.
That's right. He knows a thing or two about a thing or two. Good for him.
I know a thing or two about a thing or two. I've been to the circus back and forth. I'm not impressed.
Not impressed. All right, listen, fellas. Thank you again for joining us. We're gonna cut this short. Hey, we went through a lot of names, though. We went through about 8-9 names. So, Butcher, are you happy with the pace we kept up? Don't tell me Butcher. Yeah. Did Butcher already leave? No, he's still there.
No. Okay, we were pretty good.
All right, you did pretty good.
Butcher's drinking wine right now.
Hey, I haven't had a drink in like 2 months, man.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that Friday. That's it, man. Friday, I'm getting a drink.
You're getting tanked.
I'm getting tanked tonight.
They got a liquor ban here in the Philippines.
Oh, that's
liquor ban. Why would they have a liquor ban?
Ever since the quarantine, coronavirus.
People are going crazy then.
Yeah, and I was actually looking for some to make some spaghetti because I was looking at some recipes, not to drink, but to make some food.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we got a liquor ban. Anyways.
Well, listen, I just want to say something here real quick. One hitter is asking Second Renaissance. Oh, that's going to come. Don't worry about it. We're going to do one this week. Who else? One hitter
worry about it, buddy.
Second Renaissance says, one hitter says, Second Renaissance, Lizard People, and the NWO. Stray G Tour says, we need a part 2. Oh, yeah, absolutely. We didn't even scratch the surface, man. We're just getting started with the whole who stays, who goes. That's going to be part 2 next time. We also have to do the Hall of Fame. We haven't finished that one. And we're going to start doing the what's it called, Bucho? The debates there? What do you call it? The
Kumetai debates. El Jefe is going to be debating somebody. I mean, he wants to debate Johnny Boy, but Johnny Boy, I remember, he's already going to debate Tito Toledo, 1965. So we'll have to find another opponent for El Jefe.
I'll battle El Jefe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll battle.
And if you want Memo Heredia on, maybe we can do that, BDA, but it's up to you.
Do what? Sorry.
You can have if Gonzalo, if you want to step in, but if not, I'll battle him, man.
No, I'll step out. I was gonna say if you want Memo Heredia on, it's up to you. We canceled on him twice, but it's okay.
First of all, we didn't cancel on him because we didn't cancel.
No,
on
I did.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'd love to have him, but I got to work out the schedule because I'm very busy right now, and I know for a fact he's fucking busy as well. So it might be hard to schedule that, but we're gonna see. We got a lot planned. Again, don't forget to check out Second Renaissance. Yeah, Second Renaissance and BDA Live, where we hold our live podcast. Now, I know
you talk about Alex Jones and the Lizard People.
I think Dr. Fauci's a Lizard People.
He looks like a fucking lizard.
Every time I look at Dr. Fauci, I know that's a lizard.
Join the InfoWars. All right, listen.
Join the InfoWars.
All right, first of all, that impression, I don't know why, but you sound like somebody else we know. I got it from Jamaica.
I know. Everybody's been telling me that. And it's like, come on, stop with your conspiracy theories. We're not the same people. Stop it.
Well, it's that fucking conspiracy theory that people were saying a couple of years ago that me and Bucho were the same person.
Yeah, they still believe that too, by the way.
That's right. All right, listen, we're going to have to go now, but Bucho's got to go drink wine and pretend to talk French to himself. But look, I want to thank everybody who showed up here. You guys are the best. Give me a hold on. I gotta check.
I am the best.
Viewer activity. Okay, hold on a second. I want to give a shout out to Johnny Boy, Pink Panther, Blue Collar Sport TV. Yeah, especially Blue Collar Sport TV for their contributions via the Super Chat, guys. You guys are the best. You keep the gravy train rolling and you let us continue to expand with the blog talk and all those things that cost money, extra monitors.
Blog Talk Radio.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye. Shut up. I didn't ask you to tell me goodbye. Just tell me it's over. You don't got to tell me goodbye. But anyway, look, I love Blog Talk. I love Blog Talk. Can't live without it. That's how we take the phone calls here. And
remember Gaia 500 BDA and Mammon 2000 or whatever it was.
That's interesting. We're working on fucking Buch's Gonzalo's got a good memory. Yeah, we're working precisely. You read my mind. We're working on using Mammon 1000 or supercomputer because we did spend quite a bit of money on it. So we got to bring it in and we're going to do something special with it So thank you, Gonzalo, for reminding me of that. That's true. Fucking Mammon one. But don't bring up Gaia 1000. She was a fucking whore of a computer.
I always thought Batman was like, you know how in Spanish the word mamon means like
Nah. No. Mammon is
mamon 1000.
No, Mammon is because it's the Korean guys that we got illegally to come here to Canada. They're the ones that designed it, and they're nerds, and I think they named it after a biblical figures of some kind. I forget which one it is, but that's what they told me. Because I told them, listen, you gotta tell me what the fuck is up, and they said, no, we don't tell you, Mr. BDA. I said, all right, I'm not gonna feed you today if you don't tell me. Finally, they broke and they told me what it was all about. By the way, El Jefe, get Discord. Get Discord. We're not gonna be doing this on StreamYard all the time. You gotta get Discord, man.
Yeah, Jefe is calling you out. Gonzalo, he said you ducked him.
Everybody's. I think El Jefe might be crazy because he goes, "Oh, BDA is ducking me." I don't even know ducking you for what. Are we having a disagreement here or something? I don't.
That's
I'm
facts.
confused, man.
No, that's facts.
That's the guy that says do some push-ups. El Jefe?
Yeah, that's him. Yeah.
He can do some squats holding his ankles when he comes on.
Yeah, listen, El Jefe, he restarted. El Jefe, before we go, can you just tell us why you shut down your old channel? Because I think he was getting some good traction. He was doing live streams and all that, getting a community together, and all of a sudden, whoops, he ended it. And I mean, now he's back, but I'm curious why he ended it. Just curiosity.
Because he was ducking. He was ducking.
Oh, that you know what? I recognize now. It sounds like you're calling him out, man.
I am calling him out. You ducking me, son. Step your game up.
El Jefe
do push-ups, do sit-ups.
El Jefe says to see
couple of bench.
He was kind of funny in that clip when he said, "What am I speaking to? A bunch of baboons here?"
I don't think that was him, though. I think that was another guy.
No, that wasn't him.
Oh,
no, that wasn't him. Yeah, no, El Jefe. One thing about El Jefe, he might. Yeah, one thing about El Jefe is he might be.
Did Jefe say he got shut down by the CIA? You're nobody. They don't know you.
No, but you know what I like about El Jefe, though? El Jefe, he's a little bit aggressive, but at least he's not disrespectful. He doesn't call people names and all that. So that's what I can appreciate here in the spirit of the BDA, the Boxing Debate Arena. All right? So listen, fellas, thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it. Everybody who joined tonight's episode, Mark, Johnny Boy, Recognize, Bucho, Gonzalo, Apology Man, thank you guys for joining us. Really appreciate it. You have my leave.
Peace.
Thank you very much. There we go. All right, so, jeez, hold on. Thank you guys again for joining us. Really appreciate it. Like I said, I gotta give another shout out to everybody that donated via the super chat. I'm talking about Johnny Boy, Pink Panther, and Blue Collar Sport TV. I want to give a shout out to everybody, and I mean everybody, who listened here. I always appreciate your contribution, guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'm gonna give a shout out to Urban Dance Legends, Claudio Monreal, One Hitter, who says Second Renaissance. Oh yeah, don't worry about it. This week. Puros Putazos, Black Lomachenko, Raider from LA Boxing, shout out to Raider, Jonathan Morrison, shout out to Jonathan, El Jefe, Black Lomachenko, Campos Vasquez, Lobitos Den Boxing, aka Gonzalo, Virtuoso, who also called in. Who else? Junior Plays. I'm gonna go way back. Straight G Up. I think G Boogie was here as well. Ralph Unreal, LDBC Killer, My Team Over Yours, Amak PvP, Cable T, Ricardo Luna, Sina Mosia. Guys, if I forget anybody, it's because I gotta go. Thank you again. Subosh Kumar says, pray for us, Mr. BDA. I will pray for you. You pray right back for me. We got a little prayer circle jerk going on here. It's gonna be fantastic, guys. Thank you for joining us. I am gonna go for sure, but thank you again for your contribution. We'll see you on the next one, folks. Take it easy.
Disappointed in every one of you.
God, that was talking faster, right? Yeah.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I kiss you on the mouth.
No, I'm not cool with that. I'm sorry.
One more time.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I mean, I'm dealing with degenerate animals.
I'm disappointed in every one of you. I'm disappointed in every one of you.
All right, come on.
Honestly, I can't do it, man.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
Let me tell you why.
It's gonna be all right, Nicky. Go ahead, shoot.
You just killed a little fucking man.
What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, because you got nothing. You don't got a thing. Yeah, because you got nothing. Lobito! Got nothing.
I want to get out. I want to get out of this rat hole. I want to get online. I need
BDA Boxing.